What?
I said Malcolm alleged that some of Elijah's women were underage secretaries, and can you expound on that?
Yeah, well, I guess they were, because they were there. I seen them. I seen them myself. It's all true. It's all true.
Good evening, messenger. You convinced us that you were the last messenger. How many other bastard children do you have?
You're watching America This Morning, America's #1 early.
Time after time after time, we are watching murderers go free. They hide behind their badges, they hide behind their white privilege, and they use the excuse that they fear for their lives to murder our young people in cold blood.
It's done.
X, my brother.
No, don't think about it.
All you self-righteous assholes do is march and destroy your own communities. Killing me won't change a goddamn thing.
It's a lot different when it's a grown black man standing his ground.
What?
I said Malcolm alleged that some of Elijah's women were underage secretaries, and can you expound on that?
Yeah, well, I guess they were, because they were there. I seen them. I seen them myself. It's all true. It's all true.
Good evening, messenger. You convinced us that you were the last messenger. How many other bastard children do you have?
You're watching America This Morning, America's #1 early.
Time after time after time, we are watching murderers go free. They hide behind their badges, they hide behind their white privilege, and they use the excuse that they fear for their lives to murder our young people in cold blood.
It's done.
X, my brother.
No, don't think about it.
All you self-righteous assholes do is march and destroy your own communities. Killing me won't change a goddamn thing.
It's a lot different when it's a grown black man standing his ground.
What?
I said Malcolm alleged that some of Elijah's women were underage secretaries, and can you expound on that?
Yeah, well, I guess they were, because they were there. I seen them. I seen them myself. It's all true. It's all true.
Good evening, messenger. You convinced us that you were the last messenger. How many other bastard children do you have?
You're watching America This Morning, America's #1 early morning news.
Time after time after time, we are watching murderers go free. They hide behind their badges, they hide behind their white privilege, and they use the excuse that they fear for their lives to murder our young people in cold blood.
It's done.
Ex, my brother.
No. Don't think about it.
All you self-righteous assholes do is march and destroy your own communities. Killing me won't change a goddamn thing.
It's a lot different when it's a grown black man standing around it.
Barbershop conversation, guys. I appreciate you guys coming through. What up, B? What up, Josh? Hey, what up, Armor? I appreciate you, man. Thank you guys for coming through, man. Happy Thursday. We going into the new year, man, and should be an exciting. I think 2023 is. Well, we say that for every year, right? It's gonna be exciting. It's gonna be exhilarating. It's gonna be amazing, and I really hope it is that for everyone, man. That'll be awesome, man. If everyone hit their milestones for this year upcoming, I think that'll be great, man. I just found out that it was football on today. Completely forgot. I tell you what I did today. I went and saw Lincoln and I went to go see Ain't Too Proud, The Temptations play. If you're in LA or they're coming to your city, I do yourself a favor and go see it. Man, it's dope. Oh, it was dope. It was fun. I had a great time. This is the second time I've seen it, and I want to see it again. No lie. I wouldn't mind seeing it next year again. Go see it, man. It gives a comprehensive story of the Temptations. And if your mom, grandma, it'll be a great night out to take your grandparents, take your mom, it'll be totally your dad. It'll be totally worth your while, and yeah, man, it'll totally be worth your while. So hopefully it comes to your city and you get a chance to actually go see it. But yeah, man, obviously the hot topic of the day is what's the gentleman's name? Tank Davis. And I think the story is bigger than Tank Davis. I think the story leans on to what I talked about on Christmas Day. Single mothers raising feminine men. And these men fall in love with their muscles, how much money they have, how many people they can beat up. And when they become grown, 28, in Tank's case, he's 28, he chooses a woman that sounds like his mother. And that's going all across every hood, all across America. The violence, the disrespect, the lack of self-respect, the inability to problem solve, and it becomes cyclical. We're celebrating single motherhood, and then we want to blame the white man for the results of it. A woman will let a man enter her body, give her stretch marks, shut her life down for 9 months, and don't care after that. That shit ain't cool. The lack of fatherhood in the black and brown community is astronomical. Blacks have been here longer. Not that that makes a difference, but it's astronomical. It's really astronomical. And the fact that we're out here, instead of letting the evidence play out, men are out here defending Tank. How can you defend Tank when a year ago he was choking a woman at a basketball game? I didn't say he was innocent or guilty. But if you see a man on a video a year before choking a woman and then it looked like he threw a punch or something, and you defend him a year later for a similar crime, where have we gone as men? Because he's famous. That's why. That's why. Because he's famous. Fuck that father's daughter. You know what I mean? Or fuck that girl. You know what I mean? It don't make, who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck about that girl? That was 2020, man. He changed. And he may have changed. But he got to show me. So that means you're willing to accept a woman hitting you. You're willing to accept it. You're willing to accept $17 an hour when you should be getting $25 an hour. Someone told me today, if you're not moving in your purpose as a man, you will fall prey to pussy. Sounds pretty simple to me. We keep on choosing these women that resemble your mother. And the same trauma you went through as a kid, guess what? Similar trauma. His daughters are going to go through the same thing. Because he's about to go through the court system. He's about to be on child support. And guess what? Tank has a $4.5 million home. And guess what? The lifestyle has to be the same with the mother as it is with the father. All because we celebrate single motherhood. When is it going to be, I'm a strong woman? When we going to replace I'm a strong woman with my man protects me? And it becomes cyclical. Floyd Mayweather Sr. goes to jail, being abusive to women. Floyd Mayweather Jr. goes to jail for being abusive to women. LeBron James is a great basketball player. His son is a great basketball player. It's really that simple, man. It's a simple equation. Men, if you're playing too much, man. You're playing way too much with something that's going to cost you your life. You're having babies with the idea of a woman. You're emotionally attracted to that woman. You're not logistically attracted to that woman. I'm going to put a baby in her because she's pretty. She got a fat ass. You haven't met the mother or father. Boom, ask question. I asked when dating, I asked a woman, do they hit men and wait a minute, let me question. I asked when dating, I ask women, do they hit men and do work? If either is no, I move on. This is their way of trying to escape any problem. Yeah, man, we literally got to protect ourselves. Tank is in it for the rest of his life. He's never really gonna have a sense of peace with his kids. You understand what I'm saying? You're never gonna have a sense of peace. Ever. And if you want, you are, let me backtrack. You are the sum of your decisions. We can't excuse men for the decisions that they make. You're rewarded consequences or positive assets for the decisions that we make. So how about we be the minority? How about we be the minority in 2023 and be a part of our kids' lives? How about we be the minority and tell our sons to do the right thing? Teach them problem solving skills. You treat their mother with respect. Because this is what we're looking at. This didn't start yesterday or last year when he hit that woman. It started when he was born. These athletes need to stop going after these IG models. That ain't gonna happen, man. That ain't gonna happen because these men are not mature yet. They're not mature enough. I think it's the dumbest thing to get an IG model. Her drug is attention. Any woman that desires attention. If you're on your 10th date with a woman and she's still half naked, 5th date and she's still half naked, she hasn't respected that she's working towards a covenant with you through perpetuity and she's still half naked. That means she's addicted. She's more in love with the attention from you than the covenant you're created. Dating an IG model is like a drug. Man, if I can get her, man, that will stamp my masculinity. That's basically where we're at. So we sit and pretend that we don't know what the results are. This is the results. It becomes cyclical. I got a lot to say. I'm open. I'm gonna invite y'all in if you guys want to come in. But I can't sit here and allocate my platform and say he's innocent or guilty. I'm not calling a man guilty. I can't defend him. I can't defend him. The fact that you're defending a man that you saw choke a woman a year and a half ago is weird. As a man, it's weird. Oh, he's changed. Well, have him show it. I believe you can change. Sometimes it takes people 3 chances. I get it. I'm not even condemning Tank. I'm saying us as men have to hold men accountable for the decisions that they make. That's where I'm at with it. That's exactly where I'm at with this. People can change. I'm all for it. What's up, Hannibal?
What up, man? I mean, you on point right now because it is all about the decisions we make, you know? And when I seen this, I was like, man, that's terrible. But, you know, at the end of the day, you know, this is what this man chose. And he got to deal with this, you know? Now, if he go through this again, now I'm really not going to have no sympathy, and I'm just going to call him flat out dumb. But this should be a lesson right here. Because, you know, like you were saying, these dudes is dating IG models to validate their manhood. That's a problem with a lot of black men. We really not doing our due diligence with women. We feel as though any woman is validating our manhood. She don't validate our manhood at all. We do that. And, you know, if black men just start taking themselves more seriously, they won't go through this. Now, this man is on this purpose, but at the same time, like you were saying earlier, they just falling in love with the idea instead of really getting to know this woman. And this is why I tell men right now, from here on out, stop going on dates with women. Y'all could just meet up at a spot and sit down and talk, but you don't have to sit in front of a plate of steak and talk to her. Because she don't take you serious at that point. She's not going to take you serious. She's just a serial dater that wants you to feed her for free. If you really want to get to know that woman, don't show her that you got money and all this stuff. That should come later. When you see that she's taking you serious without you flashing your money and stuff like that. But, you know, we gotta, you know, black men in this country got a lot to learn, man, because we just don't get it at this point.
Yeah, and the people that we look up to, the people that we're spending a lot of time talking about either. You know, there are too many examples that we can use to illustrate a reformed man. And there's illustration where we can use that are not reformed. But when we cut on the internet, when we cut on the internet, we celebrate that behavior.
Yeah, you know, the black culture is just degenerate at this point, man. This is what the Democratic Party wanted, and they got it. And you know, that man Tank Davis, he got a lot of soul searching, and
right.
You're right. A lot of these dudes want to date their mother, and that's kind of like some. I mean, and this is why I always tell black men, you know, no disrespect, but get off your mama titty. Once you turn 14, I mean, you shouldn't be hanging, not even 14, really 7. Shouldn't be hanging on to your mama like that. And it's sad that a lot of these dudes, you know, grow up, father not around, and they barely have male role models. Mm-hmm. But a lot of black men need to get off their mama titty. I think it's weird for you to go out and search for your mama. I've never been like that. Like, Not saying that I was disrespectful to my mama, but it was like once I hit puberty, it was like I need to start being, around my father and men more, because mama, you're not making a lot of sense. I'm just gonna keep it a buck with you.
Right. No,
you just don't make sense, mama, and it's gonna mean you're gonna start getting into it. So let me just go over here, and my pops and other men, they gonna let me know how to deal with y'all. But a lot of these dudes don't know how to let go of their mama.
No, that's a fact. And then we fall in love with, I got you next. And then we fall in love with the idea of a man, and I think that's where Tank is at. He's proven to be a man through his toughness. When he's confronted with the problem with a woman, he becomes physical. That's his mantra, and it's not because I've looked for it. It's because it becomes public, and this, like I said, he's a repeat offender, allegedly. This could be second time. And I don't know why men are going out of their way to defend. Like, these celebrities will let you down. They're selfish. They use you. They lie. And we just sit here and just allow it. Let him go through the steps that he need to go to. And Fresh, go ahead. And Fresh, you muted. Yeah, there you go. Go ahead, dog. We can't hear you.
Yeah, we can't even hear you.
I'll kick you out and you figure it out on the back end. And you just come in. Okay. Come back.
But I've learned my lesson, and I'm telling you, like, for men my age and younger, it's gonna be hard out there, because this social media women, Kanye was right. Social media got your bitch. They got your bitch. What can you do? You got to compete with social media.
Damn.
And you got to compete with white society, because she following behind that. So what you gonna do?
Yeah.
Everybody else that's older and got their families, that's cool. Congratulations. But what about the young people? A lot of older people is out of touch, because they think because they got their families and stuff, the playing field is still the same. And it's really not. So you sitting there talking about how society is championing baby motherhood. Yeah, that's what is going right now. These relationships don't even last.
They can't.
And people think 10 years is long. That's not long. 10 years, if you with somebody for 10 years and y'all just split up, y'all both wasted time. It ain't because y'all got over each other or whatever the lame excuse is. She wasted your time, and you fell in love with the idea that it can work. And you basically you fucked as a man, because she got the social safety net. But what about you?
Right. And Fresh, you up?
All right, yeah. What's up with it, Fred? What's good with it? What's up, Hannah?
Hey, great to have you in here.
What up? What up?
Hey, man, that's one hell of a name too, if you know your history.
Yeah, I know about Hannibal and his father.
Yeah,
and
100. Yeah, I'm gonna get on this tank.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm gonna tap in on this tank thing, bro. Like, man, can't keep giving him excuses because he's getting older. When he was younger, I gave him way more excuses, because I'm like, hey, we all was young, we all trying to find our place. As long as he ain't, he shouldn't be putting his hands on a woman at all. I'm just throwing that out there, number one. But let's be honest, let's keep it real. A lot of us put ourselves in uncompromising situations, not understanding consequence, especially if you didn't have a father to teach you, hey, yo, if a woman trying to box you in the house, because that does happen if you end up with, some type of hood chick, you know what I'm saying? It's like trying to keep you in the house, and she's emotionally going crazy and sporadic, and like, you're not leaving, and you trying to leave, and then by accident you may knock her to the ground or something, and then she call the 911 and then try to get your ass locked up. So you gotta vet the women that you get with. I think that's the issue. He got Coach Calvin with him, who is a second father, but Coach Calvin need to quit massaging his ego and start really talking to him like a father and telling him, look, brother, you gonna throw your whole life away, your reputation away, everything away for some temporary pussy. Or if you and I already made a baby with, man, you just gonna have to, co-parent the best way possible, and y'all just gonna not have to talk with each other a whole lot, and don't be in each other's face. Because some people are just emotionally abusive to each other, like meaning like they personality just don't match. And basically what I'm saying is, as men, you gotta make the right decision. What you was talking about earlier, Fred, with the whole problem solving skills, a lot of us weren't taught that. And we're just not understanding that type of philosophy, that type of mindset. See, we understand problem solving skills when it comes to street shit. If a nigga disrespect me, knock his ass out. If a nigga do this, boo wow. But we need to think about logistics and how to handle your emotions so you don't end up in prison, so you don't have to give away so much of your money to a lawyer just to make sure you don't go to jail. Because he's going to have to give up some money. I mean, that comes with the territory when you get a good lawyer and all that. So, Fred, what would be your advice to Tank and other foster kids out there who are about to, maybe make it to the status that Tank may make it to one day? What can you tell them to keep them from not being in this same situation?
I mean, honestly, you got to accept who you are.
Mm.
And a lot of these people don't deal with the inner work. Everyone has an outer understanding, but not many people have an inner understanding, and he has to come. He's 28, man. I'm not in the business. Frederick Douglass said it best, man. It's easier to repair. Wait, I got to get the quote. I'll bring it up. I don't want to misquote Frederick Douglass, but
no, take your time.
Yeah, but I think it's just incredibly important that we leave these 28-year-old boys alone. We ain't got time for them, because 18-year-old kids come 30 people to a class in every school we go to. Let's go there. These guys will age out, and if we get to this young, and if we get to this younger generation, there won't be no more Tanks. It genuinely won't. And my advice to Tank is, go seek help. Go sit your butt down and speak to a professional. I'm not a professional. I'm a common sense guy, and I'm a conservative common sense guy. And he needs special attention. And the fact that PBC left him hanging like this is just, it's out of this world that this man is online speaking for himself. Amazing.
And he shouldn't be posting them pictures.
No, them pictures aren't.
No, he shouldn't.
That shit making him look so pathetic. I'm just keeping it real. It is.
Yes. It's not proving his innocence. It's not. It's proving his lack of choice, his lack of manhood. It's not. That's not proving that she did it. It's making him look guilty. I shouldn't say weaker in a court of public opinion, and it's not framed correctly neither. You know what I mean? It's really not framed in the space.
Didn't he take those pictures where he posted them after he got out of jail?
He posted them after. Yeah, he didn't post.
Yeah,
them.
See, it's too late then. It's too late. And
real.
the thing is with him, but this is with all black men, stop looking for love. You want the respect, man. Only thing you're supposed to be doing is loving her if she respects you and love the children. And that's another thing, men getting caught up with this love. And this is why you end up in these situations like Tank, even Mike Tyson, and et cetera, et cetera. You're looking for that woman to love you. If you didn't get love from your mama, it's nothing we can do about it. You got to just move on. You got to deal with that. But these strange women, because at the end of the day, she's a strange woman. She's not your mother. So you should be looking for love. I mean, not love. You should be looking for respect. The man that respect, if she can't respect you, you don't come out your pocket. You don't go on no dates with her. You don't do nothing. You just gotta keep it moving and have some self-control. He's 28, man. And just like with me, it was no excuse with me.
Yeah,
Man, self-control starts with your habits. You have to create those habits to have self-control. If you've been taught your whole life to move in a very emotional and extreme way, because people keep saying, oh man, Tank ain't got no emotion. No, he's extremely emotional and he don't know how to control it.
Yeah.
A lot of street niggas, listen to me. I grew up with street my whole life. It is imperative for everyone to know that they are extremely emotional.
And we don't have go ahead. My bad. I was about to say, the truth is, black men don't have a true understanding of women. Because let's say this, he got with the chick. She was cool with him for 2 years. Women could be good actors. After that 3rd year, the true self can come out. And men need to understand this. This happens. We know people who went through this stuff. They was with their girl for a few years, and then a whole nother side came up out of her. And we need to be able to know how to deal with that when we come across that. Like, oh, this your true colors? All right, cool. No need for me to argue with you. Let me pack your bags. Hey, go to the door, and just need to get out. We don't need to talk about, well, 2 years ago, you wasn't acting like this towards me. No, once they show them true colors and they start disrespecting you for no apparent reason, goodbye.
I agree with that 100%. And I would like to add,
because one thing I don't want to do is make it seem like women aren't like that, because, and I'm not justifying this, but women could just blow up on you and start wailing on you. And I'm not saying you just start wailing on her back, but your instincts may kick in. And that's why I'm not even really judging this situation with Tanks. I don't know. And I'm not even going to sit up here and defend him, but he needs not to be in this position again after this. If he gets off on this, he don't need to be in it no more. Yeah. So keep moving.
He literally got to let go of everything. Let go of the whole past, you know. And he's going to be the poster child next week. Can he handle it? And if the media and here's how soft the boxing media is going to be. They ain't going to ask him none of that shit, man.
No.
And even if he says no comment, you got to ask. And he's probably going to say no comment. You know, if they're smart, they would hold a press conference Tuesday. Get it out the way. Have a press conference Tuesday. Obviously say the typical things, but PBC just dropped the fucking ball, man. And for those of you who don't know, I'm the only one in the history of boxing to interview the woman that Kovalev broke her nose. I interviewed her for an hour and a half. So y'all know. I drilled Kathy Duva. So y'all know. And I think I need to play those clips for y'all so y'all know the integrity that Frederick Hawthorne really has. You know, for all y'all saying, "Oh, he's a black." No, I got Kovalev as whew, y'all see. I'm gonna post it so y'all can watch it because a lot of y'all are new. But I was sitting here in my office this early afternoon, and I'm thinking business wise. From a business standpoint, I don't understand why they didn't get in front of it. Because Al Heyman is Roger Goodell, Adam Silver, they all fit the same role. He has PBC, and they have the NFL and the NBA, respectfully. So I now Tank has to go through the gamut next week because CNN might show up, and if CNN shows up, it's a wrap because they're not gonna stop. If those lesbians from MSNBC show up, it's a wrap.
Especially Nancy. If Nancy get on him, oh, he done.
Yeah,
he's done.
Yeah,
He's done.
Yeah, they send a correspondent out there, and then I mean, it may be a blessing in disguise that Floyd is not with him because they're gonna associate Floyd with Tank Davis, so he may not get the Floyd pressure that they got for the. I'm not sure if you remember that it was a woman from CNN, ESPN was trying to put a hit piece out on Floyd Mayweather, and they came,
I remember that,
and they spoke against him and all that, and so it's a reality, you know. And I'll pass it on to Modern. And
what's good?
Hey, what's up?
Yeah, man, I remember the COVID laugh. I remember when you had the COVID laugh lady on. I remember that.
Yeah.
Yo, so yeah, I'm an advocate for Tank. I'm an advocate for Tank because only reason I'm an advocate for Tank is because we saw her side of the story with the call, but then we seen his side of the story with the shattering glass and everything. And I look at it like this: we've all been through these situations with a woman that you're in a domestic relationship with. So to me, it's not a criminal case; it's a domestic case. But then you see the helicopters falling over the man's crib. It's just too much. So you got to be an advocate for what you think is right.
Tank is not a. You got to take me off the. You got to close one window or something.
I'm sorry. Am I echoing?
Yeah.
All right, I'll come back out.
Okay, sure. This is what we got to fight against, dog. Tank is the victim now. February of 2020, this man grabbed a woman and choked her in public. I sit here as men, and now he's the victim because helicopters are flying over. The man had $1,000 bail. He's a victim. The man paid $100 to get out of jail. He's a victim.
Right.
Yeah. $1,000 ain't shit. That ain't shit.
It ain't. That's 10%, honey. Yeah.
But the irony is he's doing probation in that same state.
Even if this was a setup, which could be true, at the end of the day, the man made a decision to deal with this woman.
Right.
And you gotta understand with women too, yeah.
And this is why I say we don't understand women. We really don't take ourselves seriously, and we really follow behind white society, idol worshiping, and then we want to have sex with women who are self-idolatrous.
Right.
Is it echoing now?
So at the end of the day, even if she's wrong and we're going to hold her accountable, he made this decision.
But she got to deal with it when she put
I did not say she's wrong.
Oh, okay.
Only reason, listen to what I'm saying. Women have the luxury right now in America to just be foul human beings.
Fact.
But at the end of the day, when you want to deal with that foul human being, that's on you. She good in life. She gonna have a social safety net. It doesn't matter. You got to deal with this, and we can't coddle you.
No, you definitely can't. Main Event says athletes don't like women with real careers. No, they want to control their woman, man, because they're validated by how much they can control and pay for everything. You know, it's like a cyclical cycle of being consumers. You know what I mean? Whether it's in relationships or whether it's in the workforce, you know. But Modern King, I think you're a fan of Tank. I think you're not thinking from a logical perspective. And I think that's where we go wrong as men. I think if we would have held Tank accountable, and I know I did because I got a lot of backlash. When I saw it, I said, I can't defend this. I know what I saw. I said it a million times. I can't defend what I saw. I can't unsee what I saw. You saw a year ago Tank grab a woman by her neck, and now you're out And then as a man, I'm not sure if you're a father or husband.
Yeah, of course. I'm 3 kids. Yeah, 3 kids.
As a man, can you defend without irrefutable evidence in favor of that man? You can't blame his background. He's 28 years old.
That's the key right there. He's 28 years old. When I was 28, I didn't even have my first kid. So I understand the young mindset. You can't have kids until you're 30. As far as not being able to abuse them or get frustrated with the spouse and shit like that. I know better. I'm from Atlantic City, New Jersey. I grew up around people and I've seen it. But people in Jersey, they're more mature, so they can have kids at a little younger of an age. But like I've noticed in the state that I'm in now, that these kids and their dads, when they're younger and they have kids, they hurt their kids, they make the news, they wind up in jail. You see what I'm saying? So I look at Tank's situation as like, and I'm not a biggest Tank fan. Actually, I'm the worst Tank fan. I criticize him the most, Fred. I've always criticized Tank. But the point is that I looked at the evidence and I'm thinking to myself like how society is. And that's why I back him in this situation, because this is domestic. It's not even criminal, but I'm gonna protect him because I look at like how society is, and I look at the helicopters over his house and things like that, and I think to myself like he's young, he's dumb, he's full of cum. That's what I think.
And so maturity is based off of your zip code. That's now we got it. Now we're getting into data. That's not. Come on, man.
Culture, man. It's the culture. It's the culture.
That's not culture. That's not culture. That's not culture. Culture is at your dining room table. Culture is what you create at home. Everything outside is entertainment. Everything is supposed to enhance what you've built inside. And if it doesn't, it's not culture. That's not culture. That's not. How the hell is a Cardi B song culture?
Well, but no, I'm gonna just call it what it is, brother. I'm gonna call it what it is. What it is he's choosing the same type of woman. If you look at his history and his track record, he's chosen old girl that's popping on IG, all these IG models that blew up real big. Ari, right? Ari is extremely abusive, and she loves the mindset of nigga put a gun in my face. You know what I'm saying? So she tell that rapper from Memphis to do, right? She said that turned me on. So Tank Davis has learned from that, and then he got into another relationship with another toxic chick. Like he don't have a mindset. Let me get somebody who's humble, who gon' behave like Deontay Wilder's wife. You know what I'm saying? Confident, but still humble enough to take care of him. Not make it all about her. You know what I'm saying? Put herself in the limelight. He don't have that maturity yet for that. But this the thing though, you 28. And by the time I was 28, I understood you're supposed to have a certain mindset. Like, okay, I went through all the toxic girls when I was 21, 22. You're supposed to go, with this new chick I gotta vet her. I gotta ask questions. Quit being so goddamn lazy and you just fucking on her and you're not understanding the attachment and the bond that you creating. You creating a twin flame with an idiot. Why would you do that? Why would you hurt yourself like that? You know what I'm saying? Like when you 28, you have to take responsibility as a man. We do have to quit coddling him like he's 18 years old. He's 28, not 18. And that's just how I feel about it, bro. Like that's what I believe.
Especially if you went through all those women. Like if you had that many damn girlfriends. Like if he had 2, I could be like, you had 2 girlfriends. All right, cool. You had too many girlfriends. And I'm not talking about like you just having casual sex. I'm talking about like full-blown relationships. That's too many to just be still making the same mistake at this point, man.
Yeah, well, I mean,
and he needs to switch his circle. The people around him, they don't care about him. It's just clear as day. Clear as day, they don't care about him.
Well, Hannibal, I blame it on his OGs because you gotta understand, Tank was given like a Jeep truck at a very
That's
young
what I'm
age.
saying. This is what I'm saying. The older people around him is just as dumb as him. And I'm not even gonna call him dumb. I'm calling them dumb. Because they done been through life already. Why is you watching this man go through this?
You know what?
And he the bag. You don't fumble the bag. That's another thing the OG should be thinking about. He's the reason why we ain't got to work a regular 9-to-5 job. I'm gonna be in his ear every day. Don't fuck up, son. Don't fuck up. You know, if I'm the OG, don't do this. Don't do that. You're gonna hurt yourself. You're gonna hurt all of us. Give him that sense of response, that pressure. He needs that so he can grow. And that's all I got to say.
Yeah, and it's cyclical. The same thing happened in Atlanta. He let him go home and he missed weight. He let him go home again, and guess what? He got into an altercation with the woman, man. I'm gonna bring L in, and Snacks B, hold tight. I'm gonna bring you in after L, okay? Hold tight. Go ahead, L.
Interesting conversation, man. I heard some things that's, that I agree with. I heard some things that is just totally far off. My opinion on this matter is that he may be facing some consequences for some prior actions that he may have not been disciplined for, and now everything just comes to a head.
You gotta come back in. You gotta come back in, L. Go ahead, Snacks B. You up?
Yo, what's happening? You saying I'm up?
Yeah, you up. Go ahead. L, you gotta team in. Go down the road a little bit more. I think you're driving. Go ahead. No, he's in a truck. He's driving his truck.
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, me? Nah, I'm saying I'm in the house, but
no, it's not you.
saying,
L had a bad connect. I was telling L to drive down the road.
All right.
Go ahead.
All right. Peace to everybody. This tank thing, right? I mean, I hear a lot of people talk about it's, the tank thing, right? And I want to ask, just pretty much, how old is everybody in the panel, right? I mean, to that.
Oh, yeah. I'm 50.
Right.
I'm 50.
Wait. All right. To that retrospect. And it's like, did anybody make mistakes when they were younger too as well? I mean, there's older, I'm saying there's OGs that's in your chat, Fred, right? That made mistakes. I mean, you younger than a lot of other guys that's in your chat, right? That had different circumstances in their life, right? I mean, young man, you know what I'm saying? I don't judge. I mean, it's almost like so many channels is just judging this young man, and it was never that like the same like level of how you say it with that dude Kovalev. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's never that same level of intensity.
Are you trying to make it a black and white thing?
Wait, bro. Excuse me. What's your name?
No, go ahead and finish.
Go
ahead.
No.
Now intervene. What's his name?
Hannibal. I was just asking. Are you trying to make it a black and white thing?
I'm saying I had my turn to talk, and it's almost like, see, you would jump out the window, and see, you one of these dudes. It's obvious that you would just
Snacks
jump out.
B, you just making a point. Don't go there, Snacks B.
That's what I'm asking. I just said because you brought up Kovalev, and I asked, are you trying to make it a black and white thing? Now continue to go. Just say no.
The black and the white thing. Now you
okay? So just say no and keep going.
See now, so see. Look, why you don't let me speak? My piece. You spoke your piece. I heard your piece.
You good, Snacks B. You good.
All right then. See this guy. All right. And I'm just saying though, we don't know the logistics of the situation. Nobody knows until it really comes out. I really don't like the fact that I mean, it's so many of us on YouTube streets, right?
Yes, sir.
Always talk this black. We black pro. But are we really like? I mean, but listen, we don't know the logistics. This is basically a domestic violence thing, but it came home to a boxer. We are you know what I'm saying? We're boxing fans.
Exactly.
So we talk about it. And everybody has their own little thing they go on with it, right? But just leave that shit alone. If we can leave it alone and just let the courts handle that shit, and let's move on to the next boxing fights and leave this situation alone. Why do we have so much speculations of, oh, he did it and this and the third, or she did it on this and the third?
Well, because it spilled over the boxing, Snacksby.
Right, but I know because he's a boxer, but why can't we just leave that shit to the side, right? And go back, you know what I'm saying? Back to the boxing.
You know why we can't leave it to the side, Snacksby? Well, this is me speaking for, you know why we can't leave it to the side? And this is me talking the barbershop conversation. It's because they had helicopters over the man's house. This is one case. We can't like group take into all the other cases. We got to look at the situation at hand.
No. Right, I'm with you. No. I don't think you understand what I said. I said, just leave that shit. Let the you know what I'm saying, let the police and all that shit handle that situation, and we go back right to boxing. And you know what I'm saying, there's other fights, you know what I'm saying, to talk about. There's other people to talk about in boxing. Let's talk about boxing. Don't talk about tanking his, you know what I'm saying, in the boxing.
Well, this is the third thing. I think the most is over. I think everybody got what they wanted to get out of it.
With Kovalev,
yeah.
Did he shit? This shit
well, I'm over that shit. I remember the Kovalev incident. I'm over that. But I remember, like, nobody, they didn't make mainstream like this. They didn't make mainstream like this.
You talk about, oh, black, right? But yeah. I'm saying, though, when we talk about black people so bad, we always talk about how bad black people are with our people. But when it's Kovalev shit, never.
No, that was the past. No, you gotta keep it in the present.
Nah, didn't I just? I swear to God, I swear to.
One at a time.
Oh my God.
Hey, Snacksby,
I get the
nah, man, nah, hell, nah. We not about to because you're not about to come on this man's platform and tell us what the fuck we can speak on, dude. Get the fuck out of here. Hell no, man. Fred let you speak, man. Fuck out of here. How the hell he gonna tell 3 grown men, hey, man, you can't speak on it, leave it alone. Get the fuck out of here, man.
If we don't speak on it, they gonna railroad tank. If we don't speak
this
on it,
nigga's so fucking goofy, bro. Nah, bro, that's disrespectful. How the hell you gonna tell us what the fuck we can talk about? This is shit.
Let him respond, Snacks.
Damn. If we don't speak on it, Fred, then it's gonna boil over into something worse. Like I looked at it like when he came out that building, if people don't understand like what all the evidence looked like, then we'll be doing a disservice to Tank as black people. So that's the only reason why I feel like we gotta defend him. I know that he might do this again. I know that it might happen again. But at this particular situation, we have to understand what all of the evidence is, and we gotta make sure that they don't fucking try to switch it up and put his ass in an OJ situation or some dumb shit. That's
right. But next time, it may not be a next time, because let's say if he really spaz the fuck out, you gotta understand, majority of boxers got CTE, bro. Let's say his next fight with old dude, let's say he gets touched a little bit more than usual, right? And let's say old girl get to yelling and screaming, doing whatever she did. Because remember, women who know they do, they know how to trigger you. They know you better than damn near probably even your mama. Because they study you. And let's say if she say you a broke ass nigga, you little ugly, little short ass little nigga. You know, you might have a short man sitting there, flip out, hit her, beat her up. And then they'd be him on the news, you know what I'm saying? It's not good. It needs to be nipped in the bud now. There can't be a next time. Fuck that. That's our problem right there. We give too many chances. And you shouldn't give it to no race. I heard somebody bring up race. Even if it was a white person, you shouldn't bring it up to no white person. Asian person, whoever. If you violate, we should demonstrate. Violate, we demonstrate, period.
Yeah, demonstrate that you can withstand from that type of chick. Like you gotta just take care of your responsibilities. Like that, I get it. Like Tank need to understand like this isn't like really a game. I think his mission statement, that long ass letter he wrote, I think that's him understanding that like, look, I'm in a toxic situation. So I think he understands the dynamic of this shit. So he might not go back to her. He might understand what he need to do, get counseling. concentrate on being a man.
Man, she'll
That's
be
all
right there. She's gonna be right there at the fight, man. But anyways, Showtime might not let her. But the point I want to say is, for those of you who are inquiring, and I just got a text saying that his first baby mother was actually like a good girl. She wasn't like a like Instagram model. And I'm not sure if we got any police officers or not, but if Tank had physical damage, would they have taken her in as well or by herself? I don't know that to be. You guys want to fill me in on that? But while you guys think about that, I'm bringing Kyle, and Kyle's been waiting real patiently. Snacksby, you'll get a chance to respond in a second. Go ahead, Kyle.
It wasn't patient, but I was waiting.
Go ahead, dog.
Listen, man, this is what I always tell folks, man. We can't jump to conclusions, but at the end of the day, you have to be accountable for the choices that you make. Nobody told you to lie down with that girl, have a baby with her without knowing her. You know what I'm saying? That's what he decided to do. So, the benefits or the lack thereof of dealing with a woman like that, this is what you're going to get. Now, I'm not going to lie
Absolutely.
to you. I won't hit a woman, but I will beat a bitch's ass. Because the shit that she pulled off, I mean, that's that listen.
Once you spit on somebody, forget all that gendered stuff. You spit on somebody, you got to get taken care of right there on the spot.
Listen. If my daughter decides to show her ass like that woman showed her ass, I am not responsible for the ass whooping that might come after that. See, I'm gonna teach my daughters respect and all the shit. They're not gonna call nobody. They can call no man no bitch. They're not gonna act like no man and all that shit. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, when you put shit on toothbrushes and smear shit everywhere, you need to be in a psych ward. You need to be locked up in a goddamn straitjacket with padded walls, bro.
Nah, she in today's society, she's normal. That's all. That's normal behavior in today's society.
And you know what? The boxing section. The thing is like I learned a long time ago. I should have looked at the mother before I decided to date the girl and have a baby with her. So if you look at the mother, that's how you determine what type of female you're gonna have.
No, that's facts too. That's facts. Matter of fact. Look at the father, because let's keep it a bug. It's a lot of simp ass niggas raising their daughters, fam. Just because that father's in the house don't mean you gonna get you a good wife. So let's just keep that 100 too.
I'm gonna raise y'all one. I'm gonna take that, but I'm gonna raise y'all two. You know what I mean? And matter of fact, I'm going all in. Look at his mama.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
We just talked about that too.
Good point. And not saying nothing bad, but I get what you're saying. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
I'm just saying, most of the time, you date women that are like your mom, or you date the total opposite. That's why a lot of dudes don't date black women, because they don't like who their mom is. You feel what I'm saying?
Facts.
So that's what people gotta understand. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, if you spit and put shit on stuff, the ass whooping that you get, I'm not responsible for it. You know what I'm saying?
I would disagree, because there's laws here, and you're going to suffer the consequences of these laws. And if you don't have conflict resolution, then you're going to spend a lot of time with a whole bunch of men. And what we're missing is conflict resolution. And two, a woman only gets away with what a man allows. That's been my experience. And even with your kids, you ignore them breaking the window, they're gonna break the second window. You know, Malcolm Gladwell has a broken glass theory. You know, and it's Reign in Paramount. This ain't the first argument they had.
It's puppy.
No, it ain't. It ain't.
And it's foreign puppy love at that.
She just took it to a new level. That's all. That once she
we
spit
don't
on
know
that, a
that.
new level.
No. You're speculating. We don't
Well,
know.
I can speculate. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
It's fight week, so all cameras on them. Tank ain't got no. See, Tank got somewhere to be next Saturday, and they got some white people that have invested millions. That's why this is in the news today. You understand? She probably wouldn't have called the police had he
buying
had
that fight card.
you get what I'm saying? So L is back. L is back, and
hey, yo, Fred, I just wanted to come in and say what's up, man. I wish you unblock me in the comment section eventually, but that's what's up.
All
Peace.
right, thank you. Peace. Go ahead, L.
Yeah, like I was mentioning earlier, I think Tank is he's being disciplined for some previous actions. I don't think that he did what they said he did this time. You know, I'm not gonna judge the brother because I don't know all the details, but I can tell you this though. Most likely that woman has realized that he ain't fooling with her no more, so she strategically and methodically put this whole plan together, knowing that he got a fight coming up. Probably came, probably told him, hey, come over see your daughter, and knew that she could still push his buttons. It happens quite often. Hopefully, he learns from this because he has shown the propensity to be violent towards women, which should never be the case. But evidently, there's some things going on within his internal self that he needs to address. And hopefully this will be the last straw with that, and he can do what's necessary in order to make the self progressions, so that he won't go down this road no more. Yeah, it's unfortunate, that he's going through this with a fight on the line, with a decent enough payday, and like you mentioned earlier, this is gonna be something that he's gonna have to deal with for the rest of his life, man. I heard a lot of cats say a lot of things earlier. Hannibal said some good things, and I agree with a lot of things. But it was some things I was totally off that some people said. Like I always say now, man. The best advice on dealing with a woman is understanding that you just gotta be a man, homie. That's all it is to it. Just be a man. Like, they always subject to change. You could be doing everything right. They could be doing everything right. One day they just come and flip the whole script. You can't never get too full of yourself and thinking that, yeah, I got this on lock and everything running smooth, and that's cool. But hey, it can flip, homie. That don't mean you flip with the situation. You got to keep being a man, no matter what the situation is. Just keep being a man. Like I tell people, the best example I can give you is when I finally understood and realized this. What made me understand women more, not just the fact that I dealt with so many, and I dealt with a lot of older women when I was younger, like teenager, 18, 19 and shit like that. I dealt with 30, 40-year-old women, and I learned a lot. But this is when I really got it in my mind. When I read the first account, when I grasped the understanding of the first account of the first woman and man, Adam and Eve. I said, look what Eve was, a perfect woman in a perfect world, and look what she did. How can I expect an imperfect woman in an imperfect world to do better than her? She fucked up royally. So the women we have at our choosing, man, they far lesser creatures, far lesser beings. So we gotta understand, man, just be a man, homie. Like, Adam was fucked up when Eve did what she did. He even questioned God. He said, this woman you created, this woman you gave me. All Adam had to do is just keep being Adam. Keep doing what you did all this time before she was even here. And God gonna create you another woman. So if you're in a relationship with a woman and she goes sour, just keep being the man, homie. You highly sought after. You highly wanted. You highly valuable. Another woman gonna come along and gonna be just right for you. Homie, you gonna be what she looking for, actually, and she gonna fall in line.
That's right. That's right, yeah.
That's all it is
That's
to
right.
it. It's like this. See, I'm gonna tell you why pimps are so successful, man. Because they handle the dynamic between a man and a woman just like a husband and a wife do. It's just it's other things on. It's just two different things. It's a different goal to get this money, and by means of the woman selling her vagina. But he handled her just like a man's supposed to handle his wife, and shit goes smooth, and it's so smooth, and you'll be looking at that and be like, damn, he not only got this woman, he got that woman, and they all vying for position. See, when you got that masculine energy, homie, and you just being you, women, I'm talking about multiple women gonna be flocking to you. See, when you understand that, a man ain't gonna never go chase after no woman. Ever. He don't have to. Once you operating in your highest form, or in a form in which you can call yourself, and the world will see you as a man, you never gonna have to go chase a woman. They gonna all come to you. But it takes understanding, and it takes some rearing to get to that. Whether you do it through making mistakes in life, or somebody school you to the game, and you smart enough and wise enough to just listen and apply knowledge. It's just having a keen understanding, an accurate understanding. And I'm not saying that I'm pro pimping. You know what I mean? But I've studied the game, and I've been around it, and I watched this shit, and I'm like,
Hannibal, go ahead. You want to? No, actually, Snacks B, you want to respond? He's been waiting a minute. Go ahead, dog.
Yeah, I'm on mute, right?
Yeah, go ahead, brother. You're all good. You're all good. Go ahead.
Salute to everybody. I forget who I don't know. The guy came at me, whatever. Anyway, but yes, a lot of us might have different views, and plus we have same views about certain things, right? This was what I don't know. I came into your chat, Fred, as you know what I'm saying, it was the tank thing, right? And it's like I feel like a lot of guys got their own things and their own views. Of course, we all have our own things and our own views, but it's like it's a lot of simps in the street. There's a lot of people out here. I mean, and it's like, you know what I mean? You might have to ask your audience to a degree, like I don't know, how old are they? You know what I'm saying? This is a younger generation. You know what I'm saying? I'm a older generation. And it's like, ain't no way in the world we act like this. You know what I mean? Calling each other bros and all that. Tanking them fuck, you know what I'm saying that? Well, Tank is like 28? He's 28. Everybody got their own views of what he did and what she did. Nobody in this panel know what the hell anybody did. There's views, but there's a whole bunch of people sitting there that, yeah, he did this and he did that. Or she did this and she did that. Let me ask a bunch of a bunch of brothers that's on the panel, right?
I mean, we see she put shit on his toothbrush, though. We saw that. We saw
Wait, Kyle.
What do you mean? No.
What you waiting on?
You saw her put
This ain't a Beyonce song.
Wait, huh?
Bro, you see, there's video of her slamming shit, breaking shit with the baby.
Wait. All right. Well, that's new shit to me.
Y'all bugging out.
Huh?
Wait. The lady.
So there's new video out that she's doing it.
Listen, she needs to be in a psych ward, bro.
No, I'm asking. I'm new to it, right? Because I'm just coming to. You know what I'm saying? I'm just coming to the panel.
There's pictures of her.
But it's always important to do your research before you come to the panel.
No, we answering your question. He posted a picture of her with her spit on his face and her smearing shit on his toothpaste. So we answering your question.
No, I wasn't talking. How many of you guys are gonna answer my question? I'm asking you about y'all seen her put Dookie on his toothbrush?
He came in the house and it was already there.
Question.
I just answered.
No, listen, I'm talking to you. I'm asking you, did you see her put Dookie on this toothbrush?
Okay, just because he didn't see it, it don't mean shit.
No, I'm not. Come on, man.
Okay.
All right.
What about the shit that
wait.
Hold on. What about the shit that hold on, bro? You wanted to ask the question. You don't want to answer it, bro.
Okay, let him answer it. Let him answer your question.
What's my question?
Now, God damn.
Yeah.
What's my question? What
is going on?
See,
well, that's some good THC.
What are y'all doing? Stop.
All right, Max want to chime in. Go ahead, Max, dog. Go ahead, Max.
Hey, man, I've been saying this past couple of days. I'm gonna keep waiting until more information come out. You feel me? I understand what the drunk dude's talking about right now. About like we it's alleged. Everything's alleged, right? Everything's alleged because we didn't see her put the shit. We didn't see her put the shit on the toothpaste. I mean, on the toothbrush. Just like we didn't see him hit her. Like it's
right,
what you said versus what she said. So you know.
Wait, time. You talking to me, Max?
Yeah, you faded though, right?
Huh?
You faded, right?
Who? I favor who?
No, I say you're faded. You're faded.
Yeah. You know, nice. The fact remains, who knows what happened?
Hold on. I can't let you. I mean,
oh man, y'all doing too much.
I want you to be alone.
But you's a funny dude, man. I ain't worried about none of that shit. I like to have fun with this. And I want to talk to you, Max, for a long time.
What's up?
Yeah. I wanted to talk to you for a long time because you're very controversial.
Yeah,
very controversial. And nobody gave you the business.
Okay, go for it.
I remember you from a long time ago, from other chats.
Uh-huh.
And I wanted to get in your ass because you
know
yeah. You
know
why? Because you just, you know what I mean? Because you don't really know what the fuck you talking about.
You can't even talk right now.
Wait.
Yo, man, listen, this shit's got derailed. Go.
No. Now Snacks is on your ass. No.
Destiny child.
I just saw you with on the chat right here. All you do is try to talk your logic.
Uh-huh.
You lost.
Okay. I am lost. I'm lost with what you're talking about right now. You're right.
Right.
No, like, man.
You be on people's chats. You try to be in the. I ain't gonna say whose chats, but you do that.
Yeah.
I see you a lot.
Uh-huh.
You're a corny dude.
You're a corny dude, man.
And all you do is just talk. You know what I mean? Your little pieces of change what you talk about.
Hey, what you sipping on tonight?
Man, don't worry about it. I'm over here. You know what I'm saying?
All right, man. Let's finish the show, man. I just got my little comedy.
I ain't got no ill will.
I'm good, man.
I was on Fred's chat, and then I just spoke my piece.
Yeah, get
all about the Javante Davis shit. That's
got you.
Hey, yeah.
That was nothing about none of that shit. But the thing is, the two sides to a story, and I was with you, Max. it's two sides to a fucking story. We don't know what the fuck happened.
Yeah.
And there's so many motherfuckers that's jumping into the mix and saying this and that and the third.
There's a video of her breaking shit though. We do have that video.
Yeah,
Her breaking shit. We got that.
Of the girl with the baby in her arms, fucked up the house, and her shirt was torn.
Oh yeah, you got that, but then well, I ain't get the next video. But
that's enough because if somebody's trying to kill you, I'm not going back to that fucking house.
I said it too, but look.
Hold on, cowboy.
Wait, Kyle, check this out, Kyle. I mean, check this out,
Jesus,
Kyle. Look,
bro.
Hey, Snacks. We got to go around.
All right, but he said, look, he came home and
we got to go around, dog.
She was
you hogging up the mic. Go ahead, Max. You want to finish your thought?
Yeah, no, I mean, my shit was just along the lines of like, I totally understand everyone coming to one conclusion or another. Like for me personally, I'm probably gonna side with the dude until otherwise given, because I know bitches be lying. But I totally understand people that are gonna side with her because, you know, protect women and Tank's a thug and all this other shit. So I get it, but at the end of the day, nobody knows shit. There's no actual video of the incident. There's bits and pieces. He said this, she said that, the call, a picture, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? Because I'm going to keep it real. Like, I don't think Tank will go that far, but there's a chance that he could have just had someone spit on him and took a picture after he got home and put shit on there himself and say, look what she did. Like, because that shit happened after he got out of jail. So, I mean, there's a chance that, but supposedly there's an eyewitness that said that that's not what happened, that they know what's going down. There's supposedly a third person that was there when shit went down. But that's why I say I'll just reserve judgment for the full story to come out. I'm not trying to demonize one or the other. And for me, it's just entertainment. He's still going to fucking fight. He's still going to get his money. You know what I'm saying? So until we find out what's going on, I just don't like this. Like, I've heard a lot of shit lately in the past couple of days. Oh, we all know Tank hit bitches. He's never been convicted of hitting any girl. He's never been on video hitting any girl. He grabbed a girl at the basketball game. He never struck her, right? Oh, we know, you know, this bitch be crazy. We don't know the bitch is crazy. We don't know any other incidents that she's crazy. I mean, she a stripper. Most likely she crazy because, you know, it's probably something off in her head. But nobody knows anything for a fact. So it kind of seems like a smear campaign right now. And I'm just, you know, taking my step back and seeing all the bits and pieces come out, and then I'll see how I feel about it. But really, at the end of the day, none of our fucking opinions matter. It's all about what happens in court and how the judge or the jury feels about situation. This is just entertainment. It's something to talk about because boxing's dead right now. There ain't shit to talk about in boxing. We're getting half-ass cards with one-sided fucking fights. There ain't no big fights to talk about. And if there is, there's no official dates. The tickets aren't on sale. Boxing's fucking dead. So we clinging on to anything we can as some hot news to talk about because we're running out of shit to fucking talk about. So, I mean, this is just entertainment to me. I'm not invested too deep into it.
All right, we got Kane coming in. Go ahead, Kane.
Fred, what's going on?
Hey,
good evening, everyone. I just want to know, has anyone heard from Lil Steven? No, for real. Has he actually said anything?
No, not that I know of. Kyle, has he said anything?
You serious?
Mm-mm.
No statement from PBC either, right?
Mm-mm.
I mean, why do you think that, Fred? Honestly, I mean, there's really no excuse, honestly. I mean, not even like that. Like, I mean, like, he's one of your bigger stars too. Like, surprised they haven't said anything.
Yeah, they don't have.
That's why they haven't said anything.
They don't have the infrastructure to do it. They don't have a.
Where's the PR?
They don't have a PR or a spokesperson.
Dude.
You know, so.
Hey, can we say this? Let me say this, man. Where is the PR firm? Like, nigga, where are y'all? Like, I have never seen such idiocy. You know what I'm saying? Such ridiculousness, Max. Where is, like, your PR team didn't get in front of shit. They got behind it.
They're not even behind it. I mean, they let Tank put out a message that people have to decode. You know what I mean? It should have been a 4-sentence response. You're already bailed out. You're not going back to jail. You get what I'm saying? So you don't have to put out just put out a anyways.
Maybe he did need Leonard Ellaby.
Hey, Fred, he could very easily go back to jail though, because domestic violence cases, there's usually a temporary restraining order on them, where they can't be around each other. So if he tries to go see her real quick or get the kid or some shit like that, he can go back to jail.
Well, it might be a stay away order. I don't know, but Kane, you want to finish?
No, I just I mean, I just kind of shocked that they haven't said anything. And then, I mean, I see people also making excuses for him. I mean, I'm on everyone's side where like, I mean, we really don't know what happened, but like, there's no excuses for like what he's doing. Like, I see one guy in the chat saying that he's 28 years old, he's a kid. I'm like, bro, there's people in Iraq that get bombed every day. Like, I'm like, bro, people have way worse situations that they grow up in.
Well, you fight a war at 18, so I mean, America hands you a gun at 18. So 28. You got 2 kids.
He's been making money for a while.
I think America has to treat you like an adult. I don't think. Hey, Jerry, if you got a beam in, Jerry, if you want to come on in, but I think that's it. L, you've been waiting. Go ahead, L.
Yeah. Pretty much. Like I said earlier, man. Hopefully he can learn his lesson, man, and he won't find himself in this situation. And I've told you before with these, I'm not going to even call them isolated events because they happen quite often, but this entertainment industry as we know it, this monster in this society as we know it, that's called the entertainment industry. I think we should stop allowing these things to even represent us. Like, even just say for you personally, Fred, like you make videos on this all the time and you attach it to the black race, Yeah, it's a black problem, but I think we should move away from even attaching that to black people though, because yeah, it's a everybody problem, but that ain't an accurate depiction of black people though. Like, as long as we keep, being part of the promotion of it, then it's gonna have that, it's gonna stick. You get what I'm saying? Like fuck these. I tell you all the time, fuck these celebrities. These niggas don't represent me. These niggas don't represent the people I know, the motherfuckers that I congregate with. The fellow black brothers that I congregate with. Like these niggas are demonic, man. Like, so, I think we should just stop. Like you mentioned some things earlier, and it has some truth to it. But like, Tank's situation is not indicative of every black person situation. You get what I'm saying? Like I personally came from a household that was upside down in some areas, but I didn't, I wasn't affected by certain shit, and I didn't let that shit. I was affected by it, but I didn't let it take me down that same road. And I know a lot of other brothers and a lot of other cats that didn't go down that same road. And like, these cases aren't talked about enough. You get what I'm saying? Like, we give attention to the wrong shit. You know what I mean? And it's good that you're giving attention to it, but also highlight the accuracy though. Like that this is about Tank. Fuck this being attached to the black race. Because now it's people out here that's thinking, oh, black people like this. Like I got friends of, other races, white, Mexican. They think that when they meet me, they say, oh man, you not black, man. Well, why you don't think I'm black? Oh, because you don't act like this or that. See, people believe in that shit. Like, people out, it's already bad enough we got a bad rap. You get what I'm saying? Like, fuck them niggas, man. Fuck them industry motherfuckers. They not no representation of black people, homie. They not of our cloth. The ones, those of us, the masses of us that's out here doing the right thing. You get what I'm saying? They not our representation, homie. That's how I feel about it.
Kyle, go ahead.
Yeah, I want to see the father, man. I'm be honest with you, bro. Like, I want to see the father. You know what I mean? I want to see what type of lineage she's come from, because this is ridiculous, man. You know what I mean? Like,
Yo, I got a question though. For Kane. Kane, you said how come like the PR people ain't talking? Ain't this what happens when you try to leave death row? Ain't he trying to leave? Why would they help him?
Oh, you ain't lying.
I'm not talking about, but PBC. He's on PBC this Saturday. I mean, excuse me, next Saturday.
Yeah, I mean, but how long do you think he's planning on staying PBC but staying away from Floyd, or do you think he's trying to get off altogether?
I think he'll stay with PBC because he dissed DAZN last week or 2 weeks ago.
Mm.
Ooh, good throw. Yeah.
That's a good point, though. That's probably why he ain't getting no support, though. Because you can say what you want about Floyd, though.
Mayweather is PBC, right?
That's what I'm saying, though. You can say what you want about Floyd, but Floyd, he is PBC, man. Like he you know, it ain't no the nigga high shining. Nah, he built that company. You know what I mean? And I believe when he say he got a great stake in it, and he calls shots over there. Because this is a great example to show you that any other time Tank got in trouble, they came right to his rescue. We see now, hey, they ain't coming to his rescue. It says a lot.
Well, it says that everybody on that PR team needs to get their ass fired, bro. You know what I'm saying? Whoever's in charge over there, like, listen, bro.
Floyd in charge.
Dumb. Listen. This is some of the dumbest shit that we've seen. You know what I mean? Like, bro, y'all couldn't pay nobody off. Y'all couldn't get, man. Listen, y'all allowed this nigga. Matter of fact, listen. First of all this shit that happened is his fault. No doubt about it. I don't want y'all for 1 second to think that this shit ain't his fault.
Well,
everything,
okay.
Whatever, everything that's happened.
Game packing. Go ahead.
Yeah. Everything that happened is his fault. First of all, dude, you got to fight next week. Why are you laid up with the broad anyway, man? She shouldn't even be at your house, dude.
He was with his kid though.
The man, fuck that, dude. Everybody knows you're supposed to be shut off, bro.
Hey, but here's my thing. I think the bitch lived with him.
No.
Because she was still there when he went to jail. They would have had her leave the team.
Listen, bro. The greatest boxers of all times, they don't dance like that. They don't get out like that, man. You know, say what y'all want about Terrence Crawford. Say what you want about the man. But you don't see him and his woman behaving like this. When he in camp, him and his woman ain't in the same state. No excuses. He got more kids than the Wayans. You know what I'm saying? He got more kids than me.
I don't think that's fair, bro. I don't think that's fair.
It is fair.
Just
bro, hold on. You are a champion. You're fighting to be the best fighter of all time. You have to do what the best fighters of all time are doing, bro.
But he's not allowed to spend time with his family around the holidays because the other fighters didn't do it. That don't make no sense.
Dude, you're a boxer. That's a boxer's life. Everybody knows that. That's the life you chose. You chose that life for yourself.
And he does that every fight. He does that every fight. Every fight he don't.
Hold on. You the king of saying you signed up for it. You the king of saying that.
That's what I'm asking you. So I said all these other fights, he was never around a bitch. Maybe he's been around a bitch every fight, and he's like, this is what I do. I be knocking motherfuckers out and fucking bitches. I be knocking motherfuckers out and kicking with my kid. So why would he change it now? I'm saying I don't know his background. I don't know if it's like this every fight where he said he ain't on the whole I don't have sex before a fight. Because I've heard fighters say that, yeah, I'll still be fucking before fights. I know some do, some don't. So I'm saying just because other people have or haven't done it doesn't mean that's the right way to go. The right way is to clear yourself with distractions. That the bitch gonna be a distraction. But if he thought he was gonna spend some time with his baby mom and his kid, and then an argument happened out of nowhere and it flipped, then I mean, you can't really be blamed for situations like that, man.
Listen, my boy, this is what you gotta understand.
But don't have babies with strippers.
She's not a stripper though. But anyway, listen, you are the king of saying. You signed up for this. This is what you always say, Max.
Facts.
This is what he signed up for, though. He signed up for this. This is what he signed up for. He signed
For the
up to
baby
be a
mama
boxer.
shit?
He signed up for that shit too. Anybody tell him to get her pregnant? He did that. He went in that thing raw. He said, "You know what? This is what I'm doing." Ain't nobody put a gun to his head and tell him to have that baby with her.
Facts.
I don't feel sorry for niggas, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. And like I said, if he was doing what the best boxers do, he wouldn't have been around the broad. And he has a track record of just making bad decisions, man. And bro, she should have been there. She should not have been there.
That's
bro.
easy to say now, though.
No, that's easy to say.
If this incident never happened, we wouldn't have even known she was there to say that she shouldn't have been there.
No, she still shouldn't have been there. Even if nothing happened, she shouldn't have been there. Because it's not a boxer's life, bro.
I don't know. It's a new era, though. I don't know. I don't know how many people are still not fucking before fights. I know it's the thing that a lot of old school boxers did, but I think a lot of these young boys are still fucking. I think Devin Haney's probably still fucking his bitch before fights. She's in his house.
Hannibal, you want to get off?
She be in LA when he during the fights.
Oh, when they be on live together.
Oh, no. When he training, you don't see her in the gym with that nigga. You don't see her at his house. She be in LA.
Hannibal, go ahead.
From what I know.
Yeah, I just want to say this is bigger than Tank Davis. I didn't come on here to just talk about him in the situation. This situation that a lot of black men can relate to, and just make better decisions in your life. And we got to get away from the idol worshiping and the self idolatry too. Like that's just one of the main problems that's in the black community. And I agree with L too. People in the entertainment industry, they don't represent us, but life imitates art imitates life. So what's going on in the quote unquote regular household, it goes on in entertainment lives too. And now people my age and younger are imitating the entertainers. So when we had this conversation tonight, I think it was very important to let people know that just make better decisions in life, black man. And that's all I got to say.
Snacks. Go ahead, Snacks. You want to add something, Snacks B? Unmute.
You want to add a shot?
Unmute yourself. Are you gone, Snacks? He's not there anymore.
Y'all buggy.
Yeah, he ain't there no more.
I had one too many drinks.
Snacks went to sleep. Snacks, he wild though, man. He came on a platform trying to tell us what we need to talk about. Like, I don't like when people do that shit. Like, if you don't want nobody to speak on it, just don't chime in. Go to another freaking YouTube channel, man. That's just disrespectful right there.
Kane, you want to add something?
No, I kind of agree with everyone, honestly. Like, I mean, everyone. I mean, I feel like no one should really talk until everyone has like all the information. I mean, when we'll get that, who knows? Who knows if you'll even get the right information? But I mean, you guys also said there's like a video of what happened. I don't know if I think Max and
no, it's not a video.
It's a video of the aftermath, like right after she supposedly did it. But it's only like 10 seconds. Yeah. But yeah,
I mean, he's out.
No,
I mean, have they said anything about him fighting? Have they confirmed he's gonna?
Yeah, he's gonna fight. If he bailed out, his next
it?
court date in at least 30 days. It's at least 30 out, so he'll be good.
So what is Rolly gonna do?
I don't know. That's the only thing that makes it kind of hypocritical.
I think that's the real story. I mean, we all were here saying the same thing about Rolly. Like, I mean, everyone was saying that until they proved that Rolly did it. Like, I don't think he should be pulled. So, I mean, in reality, Rolly's claim was Rolly didn't even get arrested. The lady just made up some random stuff on Rolly. So, like, and they pulled Rolly. So, I mean, I feel like that's a pretty big story with Rolly.
Yeah, but you can't get away with that money.
No doubt about it.
As soon as you say something, that's your. See, listen, man. I'm gonna be honest with you, dog. A lot of this shit look fishy. This shit look like a fucking movie. You know what I'm saying? Like all this shit is. Oh no, man! This shit look mobbyish.
I think Rolly's gonna get the. I think they're gonna guarantee Rolly a rematch with Tank Fizz.
Nah, they ain't gonna do that.
You don't think so?
Nah, he's a 140 guy now.
No, but still, like, I mean, they did him dirty where he would have had the fight earlier. I mean, he still had the fight, but like, I mean, this just makes him look like weak. Like it makes Rolly look like he's not important. Or like they could just pull him at any time.
Well, he's not.
Well, I mean, I know he's not, but like still to him, he probably.
So I mean, what is he posted? But like, what does he do though? Like, what do you want him to do though? Can't like go up there and tell him like, nigga, fuck y'all.
That's really what he should do.
And then what? End up like Lonnie B.
I mean, you pray that the Good Samaritan Bob Arum saves
man.
you. Pray that Bob Arum saves
that hope shit is for Obama, man. That shit ain't real.
No, I'm saying that you pray that. I mean, you don't think Rolly can go with another promoter?
Man, you can pray all you want, man.
I mean, I think Top Rank would take him.
I don't think so. They got too much talent. What they
need to extra fights, free name for their guys to build on.
Man, stop.
Hey, Kane, I think it's a good point, though. I think it's very telling that PBC is not doing anything for their biggest breadwinner. Tank is definitely the biggest breadwinner of PBC. Out of all the fighters, they haven't released
easily.
Anything. Huh?
He's more known than Earl Spence. Like for kids my age,
brings
no
in
one
more
really
money.
knows Earl Spence. Like kids my age, like kids that are casual fans that don't really know boxing, like people know.
He ain't doing the Earl Spence numbers though.
But his gate was bigger.
His gate's bigger.
His
People
gate
rather
big.
go.
No, hell no. In Dallas, it was like 40,000 in Dallas.
And the thing is, Tank sells out everywhere, not just his hometown.
Yeah, like if you bring Tank to Miami, like Tank will sell more than Earl Spence in Miami, guarantee. Guarantee.
Tank gate was bigger, Kyle, way bigger. He had the biggest gate of the year for PBC. I think it was 5 million.
And this is quote unquote fighting nobodies, while Earl is quote unquote fighting everybody. So wait till that Tank Ryan happens, Tank Haney, Tank Shakur. All the numbers is not even gonna be close.
And also, I mean, Tank has also been fighting more. What obviously that was due to the car accident.
Right. Earl's
obviously that's due to the car accident. And obviously social media is like the PBC, like kind of like the boxing social media is kind of blown up the last couple of years. And like so Tank has been more like seen by those people than Spence, I think.
I think Spence can do 10,000 anywhere in America. You get what I'm saying? Like he could do 10 to 12,000 anywhere in America. You think so?
Fighting a Hector Garcia?
I'd go watch him.
I think so. I mean, Earl. I said Earl can do 10 to 12,000 anywhere in America. I'm sure, right?
Yeah. Yeah, especially if you only fight every 2 years. I mean, you got some demand. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he gonna have to solve that. But I'm just saying, just him as a profile, him as I think he can get 10 to 12,000. But Tank did 19,000 at Barclay in May. So that tells you he has great reach, you know. And people travel to see him. You know, people drove up that 95 to go see him or down, whatever direction it's in. But that speaks a lot to his reach. You know, Tank is more attached to the younger crowd. But I want to but I want to bring it back to my thoughts at the beginning of the show. It's not even a matter of belief. It's a state of data that when you come from a single parent home, the likelihood of you going to prison, the likelihood of you being abused, being the abuser and abusee, raising a single parent household, not graduating from high school, not even thinking about college. The statistical data is there. And I think Tank is a Tank is a victim of that, and it's crystallizing in his adult life, and his inability to choose a wife, his inability to think wife first, before having kids. And I believe when we are repeating this cycle, it becomes the normalcy. So now the conversation ain't even get married. The conversation is how many kids you got. What's your baby mama look like? You know what I'm saying? So I think that the core of this is us hustling backwards per se, right? We got to get back, not even get back. And it is, I'm going to disagree with L. It is a black issue because the data is there to substantiate it. We can debate the genesis of it, where it stems from, but in 2022, the statistical data is there. Check the prison system. Over 80% of the black males in prison didn't have two biological parents. We discussed earlier this week about the abortion in New York. It's there. It's empirical data. And I think for us to be better, we don't debate the opinions. We live lives in accordance to the statistical data. And I think when we get to the statistical data, when we start dealing with the statistical data, then I think we can make great headway. But until then, I think it's just going to be 10 years from now, it's going to be 80%. And then once the Latino population surpasses the black population, then we'll be the Latino population. You know what I'm saying? In terms of power. I also read that, and then I'll pass it off. We would be in the low 20 percentile. Like, so what I mean by low, like 20 to 23% of America's population, if we didn't abort those kids, so we would have greater power because just based off of the elections, strength is in numbers, and black people vote is a monolithic voting base. And if we woke up one day, then maybe we would have the power. I don't think we have the power. I don't think we have the education. I think we're followers as it pertains to government and versus black people. But the data is there for black people, and it's not the celebrities. It's really every black person in America, like living this life. And I think the celebrities get their culture from the life that we're living. So what I mean by that is Snoop Dogg's song comes from the life that he lived prior to becoming Snoop Dogg. Cardi B, people say she's not a part of the culture, but she is. And Beyonce, who's been married for years, has multiple kids. They're $1 billion family. And yet she's telling people to fuck him, suck his dick, let him drink your water, and, it just, so I think the data is there. I believe it is a black issue.
I hear you. I'm not debating nor negating the statistical facts because yes, they do show exactly what you said, and them numbers don't favor us, and we fall right within the negative aspects of that data. But the point I was trying to make on the contrary is that when we just even say, for instance, because I've been seeing your posts lately, even the one you mentioned about your niece, and I get where you're going at, the Christmas picture, the one on Instagram you posted.
Oh, my cousin.
Oh yeah, your cousin, because it had a lot of comments, so it reached a lot of people. I'm quite sure people shared it because it was a lot of comments, and the algorithm picked it up, you know. But like, you can't judge everybody. Like, you can't judge everybody based on like the, how can I say?
I'm not judging everybody. The data. I'm not.
No,
I don't
no,
have
no. What I'm saying is everybody don't fall into that. Like, you can't say because, oh, this is a single, this person came from a single parent home that they gonna be a fuck up. Like, you can say that the statistics show that you don't have it in your favor. Society is not in your favor when it comes to this, but you can't just place a person and say that, oh, black women is X, Y, and Z, or black people is X, Y, and Z because of this, and that. Because you got to think how you felt being a black man going into a white society or to a white sector of America, whatever it had been, and you felt those same prejudices. You get what I'm saying? Like, we starting to take on the form of the oppressor. And all I'm saying is that we need to get away from that. Like, we can address the facts because the facts are the facts, but we can't negatively the negative outlook and the negative outreach of those statistics can't be placed on every single person like as if it's absolute, because it's not absolute. Because just how you can point out and say this person was affected by that, this person was, you can point out, I can find a lot of people and say, hey man, they wasn't affected by that. I'm a living example. I'm a living proof. I didn't deal with more women than most niggas. And I ain't never put my hands on no woman like that. I ain't never had these problems. So how was I able to navigate dealing with the same crop of women that all these other niggas dealt with? No, I just took actions, and I avoided actions, and I avoided pathways to lead to destruction. And I'm not the only one. It's a lot of cats out here that's game tight that did the same thing and that said, no, I'm gonna do better. All I'm saying is we need to promote that. Like, I'm not saying that you shouldn't bring light to the situation, but it's the presentation of it. See, presentation is everything. When a person reads that title, they say they don't even have to watch it. Or they could just grab a few little things and say, oh, I got the gist of it. And, oh, that's how black people are. You get what I'm saying? Because everybody is kind of monkey see, monkey do, doing the same thing. And all I'm saying is, mentally, that conditions you, man. Like that shit is heavy, man. Like, these people know what they doing, man. Like, it's kind of like black people was in quicksand, man, and we just like breeding babies and just throwing them in there, watching them just sink. Like, that
Well,
shit is.
That's what we're. Listen, I'm gonna use me as the example. Four total siblings. 2 I never met. 1. Well, let me reframe that. 2 I've never met as a child. I met 1 as a 40, 39, 38. So between 38 and 40, I met her for the first time. I'm the only one that's been married. So that's 75%, right? Now, if you go through your siblings, you say you have 9 siblings, you said the other day, right?
8. It's 8 of us.
It's 8 total?
Yep.
How many are married?
2.
There we go. The data is there. The data is there.
Now when I watch this, how many take care of their kids? All of us. You see what I'm saying? Like,
no, wait, hear me
like,
out.
But what I'm saying is, like, marriage is a great thing. I have to get married again if I want the blessings that come with, having a family, the full reach of the blessings that come from God. I got to get married because that's his arrangement. But you got some marriages where they're worse than single parent homes. It's just what it is.
No, but like, we're dealing with the absolutes. We're not dealing with the outside boundaries. We're dealing with the median, right? So if there's not 2 parents in the house,
yeah,
then we got then we not
But
gonna
that's
say.
not what I'm arguing, though, Fred. What I'm arguing is that.
But that's not the question that I asked. Are they married? Do two parents live in the house? You said two out of 8, right?
But it's also not it's also not resulting. It's also not resulting in the point that you're trying to make, because there's not a marriage arrangement in that family structure. It's not resulting in what you're saying is the eventuality of not being married.
Because there's so many things that go with it.
I'm just telling you the specifically, like all my nieces and nephews, by all my brothers and sisters, are taken care of by my siblings. My siblings take care of all their kids, whether they with the mama. It's some volatile situations going on, but ain't none of my nieces and nephews without a roof on their head, without food. Like,
that's not what I'm saying, L. There is irrefutable data. When you handle, listen,
I get what you're saying.
No, you're debating data. I'm not debating opinion. I'm not debating what your household say. Your kids, my nieces and nephews, right? Your nieces and nephews, my nieces and nephews. When they go to school, then they go to an after-school program and wait, or they go to auntie's house, or they go to uncle's house, grandpa's house, grandma's house. Wherever they go, best friend's house, they walk home, they latchkey kids, right? That's pretty much what's in 3 out of the 4 of my siblings and 6 out of 8 of your siblings.
That's
when
true.
When you bunch all of that in with the lack of two parents, they go to another person's ideology before they get back to that single parent. The single parent may be working. The single parent may have to work a second job. The single parent may have to do whatever he or she must do. The data substantiates the real life. You're debating something that you're disproving with based off of your statistical data. There's no second parent there. The biggest thing that I tell everybody, Lincoln and Kennedy always has a parent with them. It's not that I'm a better parent. It's the fact that there's always a parent there. When Kennedy has a performance, when Lincoln has a performance, when they're ready to go to school, when Kennedy is sick, Kennedy has to stay home, Lincoln goes to school, vice versa. There's always a parent there. Kennedy doesn't go to a daycare when she got to stay home. She doesn't go to grandma's house. She goes with daddy to work. Or if mommy's off, she stays home and daddy goes to work. So the data substantiates both our families. And when you lack that second parent, basketball becomes the second parent, football, Bloods and Crips, drugs, alcohol, women, pussy, whatever it may be. That's just the facts. There's cracks in your dam when you lack two parents. And then if there's one parent, and let me make this last point. And if there's one parent, there's a financial shortage if there's one parent, period. It's just a reality, because even if you make $1 million, having two parents, you make $2 million, all things being equal. I agree. I agree with that, with that point and what you mentioned and all that which you just mentioned, I agree with. And I'm pro two-parent household. Like we spoke about that, what was it, earlier this week or last week, whenever. I'm with that. All I'm saying, the point that I'm making is that a lot of times, because a lot of times the title and then the narrative gets led in a direction as though this is a representation of Black people. And that's a reflection a lot of times with most of the, I would say 75% of the panel that come on, they just run with that narrative, and it's not truly indicative, and it's never stated that this needs to be differentiated between that population that represents that and the population that doesn't represent that, because the population that doesn't represent that
is never presented into the data. You understand what I'm saying? So mentally, the conditioning is, this is all black people. And that's not the case. You understand what I'm saying? Because just imagine the little kid, the black kid that do got two parents that's listening to this, as well as listening to everything else that's being said about black people. That child doesn't even realize that they're in an ideal situation, because they're being conditioned to believe that black people don't even have what you have, kid. What you have, like what you have is not good. Like they gonna start seeing the wrong picture in their own home, which is depicted by a family, which is lived out as a family. This is the mental conditioning, is what I'm saying. Like,
Max. How many brothers you have, Max?
No, but do you get what I just said?
I have 3 younger brothers. I think it's a classic argument of probability versus possibility.
Exactly.
It is possible, but it's not probable.
So okay, but what I'm saying is, being that this is a black subject, like I said, the percentage of black people that don't represent the problem base is never represented, and is never presented into the equation. It's as if it doesn't even exist. Like this pool doesn't exist within the black community. You understand what I'm saying?
We're not saying it doesn't exist. There's data.
No, but you don't have to say that it don't exist. You're not even giving credit that it does exist.
I'm a living example of that. Max, how many brothers are married?
1. The white one.
One out of 4, right?
Yeah.
75%. Kyle, how many brothers do you have?
I have 3. I'm the 4th.
Kyle, how many brothers you have?
Six of us.
How many are married?
So my little brother is still in high school.
Okay.
My other little brother, he's still like 23. So, but
he's old enough. How many are married? So 5 out of the 5. How many are married?
3.
60%. So 40% are not. So
but America's statistics on marriage show, if you basing this on marriage, then we already hold on. That was your argument. If you basing it off of marriage,
because if you're married, you have 2 parents in the house.
Okay. So we already understand that America's system of marriage and ideology of marriage is already broken, which is not represented by a big group of black people, because most people in America is white, and we already know the divorce rate. So what I'm saying is, I'm not negating your argument that there's a greater probability of having a successful child becoming an adult with 2 parents. What I'm saying is that representation of black people that are doing what's right and that are taking care, they are not even presented into the equation. It's as if they're null and void. They don't exist.
I would disagree with that, because I am a living example of that. I preach that every day on this platform. Every night I preach family. Every other video now, I take Lincoln to basketball practice. I dropped a video yesterday about getting married before you become a father. I on my stories every day I promote family and fatherhood. So at the end of the day, it's up to you how you perceive the information. You can't control how other people interpret it. You can't tell people what to put, what they want to talk about. It's all up to the person. And the data is the data. And I'm not going against the data versus someone's opinion versus how they perceive marriage, because guess what? 100% of my population in high school had 1 parent in their house. 100%. And 100% of that population had a probation and or parole officer. 100% of that population had a counselor, or the people that talk to you about your problems, what they call 100%.
So you telling me when you was a teacher, all your students had probation officers?
Yes, 100% when I was in high school.
I don't believe that.
Well,
I don't believe that.
You don't have to believe it.
I know that's not. But I'm just saying, I know for a fact, because
that's the type of school he was at, though.
I was at a continuation.
I went to one of those type of schools, man. I went to a community day school at Compton College. I went to one of those. I went to a continuation school.
Well,
I
don't.
I know for a fact that's not true.
You just disagree with me.
I'm
telling you what it is. I'm telling you what it is.
I'm not negating your fact about family. I preach the same thing and I live the same thing. What I'm saying is you made a point based on marriage.
Yeah, two-parent household. Two-parent household.
And I'm pro for that. But we also see that this is not just a total representation of black people, though.
It's the minority. Two-parents.
That's all I'm.
It's
okay. Would you agree that? Would you agree that in these conversations, the statistical data that represent black people that are living the way in which you are living, taking care of your family, do you ever see that data presented in the argument? It's as if that data is never presented.
Well, if there's 75%, that means there's 25% that's not.
But is that ever presented into the argument, though? It's never presented into the argument.
That's your choice. If you're on the panel, you bring it up. You have that right.
Well, that's why I'm bringing it up, because I think that we need to. I personally think that we need to move away from giving so much attention and promotion to just the simple fact that these problems exist in the black community, but also show that, look, even though this is a smaller number, this smaller army, we gotta control the narrative, because then maybe we can win back some of those that are part of the larger army and the destructive army. You get what I'm saying? Rather than the other way around, because that's what we've been facing for 400 years. You get what I'm saying? Like
400 years. That has some. No, we're not going back 400 years.
But I'm just saying this is. But do you understand?
No, I understand, and that's why you have a platform, right? You have a platform. You have Instagram. You have YouTube.
Yeah, but I'm making it known in a conversation where we can speak our mind, because that's what we come to at the barbershop. Because everybody speak their mind here. Because my layer of information and my thread of information may be a little bit different than what you may present, or it may be challenging to you. It doesn't mean that it's invaluable, or that I can't speak it, because everybody else can come on here and talk about a bunch of bullshit. I'm just saying that I think we should go a different direction as black people, because look, understand this. If I'm white and I'm your enemy, right? And I'm trying to have a power over you, I'm looking at my 400 years of oppression upon you and saying, I did my job, because they do it to themselves. Like, this is part of the problem. That's all I'm saying.
No, you have the right to. It's not the people come on and can say what they want.
Yeah.
Go against the statistics. Get married. Go against the statistics.
We keep talking about something that I agreed on.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm not talking about that.
But hear me out. You just spoke. We got to be the example.
Of course.
Period. End of discussion. You be the example. Kyle be the example. Mex be the example. Kane be the example. Be the example. If you're not the example that you're telling people to be, what's the point? When you have the power, every 1, 2, 3, 5 of us have the power. I'm gonna bring you on. Give me a second. I'll bring you on, Ramen. All 5 of us have the power to be the change.
Yeah, for sure.
Be the change. It's really that simple. Be the living example, not the conversation example. We have the Bible. As I said this a week ago, we have the Bible. Be the living example of the Bible. If you're not, you're just blowing hot air.
That's not what I'm doing. I don't waste my breath. Anything I talk about, because I have the right to talk about it by way of experience and by way of living it.
What I'm saying is this. I was the last one, so I'm the 4th child, right? I chose not to be that example. Be the change. Be 3 out of 8. Don't talk about it. Be it. And then you come back and you have the data to say, or you have the example, because you have the ability to get married.
I'm I'm not refuting,
But that's what I'm
debating,
saying.
or negating the data. I'm with you on the data.
That's what I'm saying. You're making all these arguments. You be the example. That's all.
I am the example.
No, you got to get married to be the example.
Yeah, but being that I'm not married don't mean that I'm not taking care of my kids. I don't have to debate that. I'm not even going to debate that. I'm not going to even allow you to draw me into that debate.
No, I'm not debating whether you take care of your kids. A single parent, two parents can take care of their kids, but you got to honor God. You got to honor that woman.
No, I get that. No, but that decision is just solely between me and God, though. You get what I'm saying? I'm never ever going to, negate my value to my family. I'm a servant of my family, my woman and my kids.
I'm not disagreeing with you on that. I'm saying when you go to if you went to a high school, if you went to a high school, I'm 45. How old are you, L?
34.
34. You're 34. I'm 45, right?
Yeah.
And if you went to your high school and spoke to your high school about family, and I went to my high school and spoke about family, I have 2 kids, you have 1, right? And they're gonna say, well, you talk about family, why didn't you get married? Why didn't you say you taught God? God is the answer. Definitely. I believe God is the answer.
Yeah.
Well, honor God. It's really that simple. Honor God. That's it. Don't make this a conversation about you versus me.
It was never about. I never said it was you versus me. I said the presentation of some of the information.
It doesn't matter my presentation. It doesn't matter. We can argue that, but we're not. What we're talking about, the example of a man that we have to be.
Yeah. So I'm a reflection. I'm a reflection of what I want the macro to be. And if we talking for the macro and not just me, because I'm not an I nigga, I'm a we nigga from the heart. You get what I'm saying? So if I'm speaking on the macro, I believe that when I take myself from the situation, and like I mentioned earlier, the point I was getting at, if I'm the oppressor and I'm the so-called enemy, right? I'm looking at black people's situation and I'm saying this, damn, I'm good. Do you understand the mental conditioning of how we attack each other? That's all I'm saying. I'm not debating, I believe you have good intent with what you're doing and most things topics that you bring up. All I'm saying is sometimes within the presentation of that information and of those topics, it gets totally depleted and drowned out. The direction in which you maybe want to take it, it totally gets drowned out by the attack mode that sometimes these, and it's not just you. I'm talking about everybody. Like I'm just talking about black. I think we as black people need to go in there when we check each other. It's good that we check each other, but it's how we check each other though. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. The family structure, I'm 100% with the family structure. I've been with the family shit. I've been always since I was a kid. I've been that. I'm not gonna talk about things. I've been that. I'm still that. Never gonna, falter from that. All I'm saying is this. Again, the way in which black people, the way in which we attack each other on social media. I forget who brought this out the other day. It was some what was the girl that what was the dude that Nicki Minaj was messing with? What was the dude name? I think he brought it up.
Safari.
He said, yeah, Safari. I think Safari brought it up. He said, man, I don't even like social media no more because we as black people, we tear each other down on every level. And I see this shit every day. Like, it's a good thing that we check one another, but it's how we check one another though. That's all I'm saying.
All right, let me bring in. All right, he's been waiting patiently. Go ahead, bro. Ramen, all you. Oh, you're muted, dog.
What's up, everybody?
Hey, go ahead.
How's everybody doing? Not the point that I wanted to make, but I think what L was saying is that there are no the only statistics about single family households is the failure rate. There's no statistical data in regards to the success rate, and that's almost akin to gaslighting the situation.
Exactly.
But at the same time, I totally understand why they would do that, because they want to point a negative light at black people. But black people can flip this.
No,
Hold on.
Let me tell you, I go to blackstatistics.com. I go
Right.
to blackstatistics.com, but continue.
I understand. Yeah. So, but what I'm saying is that black people can use those statistics to their benefit, because when you have a statistic, you basically have a place where you can call ground zero, and you can say, all right, these are the areas that need our attention. We don't want single family households, but if we do, we need to in a philanthropic or I guess in a charitable spirit, lend more resources, not government resources, but within the community, to those households. At the same time, the preventive maintenance would be raising up our children the way they should go, as the Bible says, and whatnot, and to be successful. But the point I wanted to make was I heard a couple of people saying why are we worried about Tank and why are we worried about these celebrities? And I understand, yes, like I was saying, a lot of them demonic, they sold their soul. The reason why we worry about it is because they're painting us with that broad stroke from what they see, whether it's the news with the with crime going on in the hood, or what these celebrities are doing. My personal experience, not to take up too much of your time, but my personal experience with it as a single dad raising my oldest son, who's now locked up, is that I didn't allow rap in my house. If I listened to hip hop, it was old school hip hop. I didn't allow none of that new stuff, none of that mumble stuff, none of that stuff. But and whenever he did wrong, I took away his devices. And I remember the last time I had took away his devices, and I took away for a long time. Like I was like, you ain't gonna get this back to graduation. I started finding out that he did have a phone. Like his friends would coalesce around him and sympathize with him and bring him a phone. They got to stealing phones and stuff like that. So he was finding another outlet to usurp my authority. And of course, what was he listening to? He was listening to the hip hop. They were following these celebrities and stuff like that. And I was totally behind the ball, behind a ball in regards to trying to rush in front of it. But by that time he already picked the way that he wanted to go. So all I could do at that time was try to remedy it and work with him and stuff like that. But the main point, I didn't mean to go too far in that. The main point is that that's the reason why we're talking about it, and we need to correct it. One of the ways we could correct it organizationally, if we were to organize properly, is to stop supporting these athletes. When these athletes are not doing the right thing, stop supporting them and let them know this is why we're not supporting you. You know what I mean? You painting us in a bad light, and you're not going to get no more of our money. You know what I mean? I'm trying to sum everything up. I'm a better writer than I am a speaker. Last point, Fred.
Write it down.
When you're trying to remedy a situation, like an engineer trying to fix a problem, or a mechanic trying to fix a problem, or a doctor, what they do is they go back to the last time that particular device was working properly. When you talk about our culture, and now it's a degenerate culture, the last time our culture was working properly was after slavery, up until the civil rights movement, or after the civil rights movement. What did they do? They killed off our leaders. They killed them. And when I say leaders, I don't mean people that you follow blindly, like Elijah Muhammad and some of these other guys had groomed their people to do. They became cults. But the idea of the Nation of Islam the idea of the Southern Baptist Christian movement, the idea of the Black Panthers, the idea of these things was great ideas. And they started out as teachers. You know what I mean? So our leaders should be qualified teachers, you know, teaching our children, teaching our young adults, and teaching us. You know what I mean? We don't have we're living in Malcolm X's nightmare, Al-Hajj Malik Shabazz nightmare. He said black people are the only people where celebrities are the leaders.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And it's like the CIA or whoever took that and ran with it. They took it as a blueprint and said, you know what, that's what we got to do. We got to kill off all these black leaders. And that's what they did. And that's exactly what they did. So we got to get that back. We can't be afraid to, Al made a good point. You know, we can't be afraid to humble ourselves to each other as men. We should have men's groups where we sit down and talk about our daily life, what we're going to do today, our problems with our families. And we should hold each other accountable. You know what I mean? Because that makes iron sharpens iron. You know what I mean? And it's not only through combat, it's through socializing and whatnot, and helping each other and whatnot. Listen, I can't pay the rent this month. You know what I mean? I'm doing my best, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? I'm not talking about elites, but I'm talking about in those situations where we can't help. And the best way to help that person is if I own a business. Listen, I got some work for you. If this work is too demeaning for you, how old is your son? You know what I mean? Come, let your sons come work for me, and we'll settle it that way. You know what I'm saying? We gotta start helping each other more. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
We have to become a
community again.
A community again, exactly. And you know the beautiful thing about the social media, is you bring up social media, is that the community is virtual. The community, you don't no longer have to live in the same locality. The community is virtual now. Yeah. You know what I mean? We could call arms to any situation virtually, and we will mobilize 10 times quicker than our ancestors did.
Yep.
And more effectively. And I'm calling on Fred, you know what I mean, to, you know, and he has been using his platform to continue on and to grow this platform. One last point. In regards to those of us, myself included, who are single parents or were single parents, we can't just throw them away. Sometimes we gotta let them take that picture in front of the Christmas tree. You know what I mean? Because we turn them into outcasts. But only the ones that want help. Only the ones that want to do better. And that's my final point.
How many kids do you have?
I have 3 kids. I have 3 different baby mothers. I finally got it right with the last baby mother. The second baby mother was good, but you know what I mean? She was just young and naive at the time and whatnot. I was still in my one night stand mode. I can't front. You know what I mean? I started late with kids. And
but that's what we at. The data is on this panel. And we're trying to that is not there.
Right. But no, I'm not disputing the data. What I'm disputing is
you want it wrapped in a bow. You want it wrapped in a bow. Is that what you
No, I don't want it wrapped in a bow. But I want to make allowances for those single parent households that are doing it, and I also want more help for those single parent households that's doing it. We need our churches to really be churches. We need our masses to really be masses.
Right? No, first you need to start with making the right decision.
Right. So
Yeah.
after
no, it's not the church.
But after the wrong decisions are made, what do we do with those people?
Make another wrong decision.
We keep no. I'm asking the society. Do we outcast them for making the wrong decision if they're trying to make right decisions now?
Do we celebrate them making the wrong decision?
Like, right? See. First of all, a 2-parent household doesn't have to be a married household. It's better if it is. It is better if it is because you have a contract, as you stated before. You know what I mean? And it takes a little longer to eliminate that contract.
Not married, everything you earned is going to probate. How about
you got that right? You got that right. So let me.
The government gets 30% off top with the legal fees,
right.
and then they're gonna tax the 70%.
You got that right.
Man.
Yeah, but not only that, 50% of our faith in the Almighty is getting married to the opposite sex.
To the opposite.
You know what I mean? We trying to go to heaven. You know what I mean? That's the ultimate goal. So get married and stay married. You know what I mean? I came from a married household. I got one brother. I got 4 sisters, 1 deceased. All of us had got married, and all of us got divorced. You know what I mean? It happens. You know what I mean?
Right.
How do we fix that situation now? We can't just we can't just throw statistics at people and say, all right, you made bad choices. Figure it out. You know what I mean? Or yeah, I'm gonna figure it out. Of course.
If I can interject though, you also can't
Sorry, go
say,
ahead.
"Look, I fucked up, so you can fuck up too, and you'll make it through." Like,
but what they're alienating is in 1961, 78% of black people was married.
And that's beautiful. That's beautiful. But
now, what in 2022, 25% of us are married.
Right. So that's something that has to be fixed. You're right. You're right.
Why? You know why? Because there's not enough of us saying, you know what? It's wrong. You know
self-control.
What? I gotta be the example.
Self-control.
If you're L, were your parents married?
No.
Exactly. My parents weren't married. So that's the point I'm making. 6 out of 8 of your kids aren't married. Your parents weren't married. My parents weren't married. 3 out of 4 of my kids, my brothers, and only got sisters. Sisters didn't get married. And my other brother, they were married. My father and my stepmother. But the point I'm making is, we are not the change that we're speaking of in our family. This conversation needs to be on New Year's Day when we're having when you're watching whoever's playing football, the college football championships, or Earl Spence fight, or that's why take this conversation
Sunday dinner
and impact your family.
Right.
Because L, if you died on that road, your baby mother doesn't get your last check or your bereavement benefits. If you have bereavement, she don't get them.
No, yeah, I'm not.
And then I'll let you go. And then they're not even gonna tell your mother because she's close to kin, right? She's closest to kin. They're not even gonna call your mother. So that's the point I'm making. If we're gonna say family and God, we gotta do it that way.
Oh no, I agree. I can see. I don't have no problem with saying I can lay out all my flaws right here.
We're not talking about flaws. We're talking about data on this platform.
No, but what I'm saying is I don't have a problem with laying out where I'm wrong, where I'm flawed. It doesn't matter. Like, yeah, I'm not married. I take care of my family better than most people, but I'm still not in the eyes of God. I'm not doing it right, so I got to be responsible for that. But my family is intact because of the decisions I make. I'm not intact with God, you know, on just the basis of being married, you know, and that's something that I'm responsible for. But I'm not like I'm gonna say it again. I'm not negating, debating, or in opposition to the data. It is true. These are facts. It's a fact that you don't have both parents in your household. The law average says that you probably going to end up in some situations that are going to negatively impact you. Versus if you did have both of your parents, you're on a trajectory course of more positive things occurring in your life. This is true. I'm just saying the only point I'm making is this. The presentation of the information. See,
well, stop living it. Stop living it.
But listen, no, because I'm not living the negative. Listen,
no, I'm not living it. I'm talking about the data. Stop living it. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about the data.
No, but what I'm saying is this.
It's more powerful to live it than to talk about it. That's all
it
I'm saying.
Is. And okay,
if we had 80% people married, we wouldn't even be talking about it.
But watch this though. But watch this. Watch this. If you take something negative, right, and all you present about that negative is negative, then
It's
watch this.
negative.
That's not.
No,
But that, it's but that's the whole point.
I'm about to
You're
make a
making
point.
this.
Can I make a point?
You said the same point already.
No, I'm
You done
not.
said
I'm
it.
about to
You
make a
did.
total different point.
You know, it's a different example. The same point.
We all heard this. Take something negative and make it positive. Why? Because you looking at the positive outlook of that, not the negative. Like if you, we're gonna address the negative because it's a problem. But look, this is how we gonna change it, and this is what we gonna do. And we also gonna give attention to the positive, not just the negative. That's all I'm saying. We geared to do that. Do you understand that? Do the panel understand that as Black people, we are geared to be negative towards each other no matter what?
I don't believe that. I don't believe we're geared to be negative because we come from a higher
Man,
source.
we are fucking socialized
All I'm
and
saying
conditioned mentally to be negative towards each other.
Max, you want to respond? You're probably waiting at the bit. Go ahead.
No, I understand both points of view. My thing is like, okay, I feel like all of us as men, we do what's best for our family, for our kids, right? That's number one. We're gonna always do what's best for our kids. Well, statistically, what's best for your kids is to be married, right? To be in a married household. Now, some of us missed the trick. Me too. I had my kid at 23. Marriage is the last thing on my fucking mind. Especially I wasn't even with the girl. But looking back at 30, almost 37, I'm like, damn, maybe I should have tried to at least get it together so my daughter had both parents. Now, since I missed out on that, I'm doing the best I can with the next best thing, which is, okay, I am a single dad. Obviously, her mom does help, but like I'm gonna do the best I can with this given. But if I could do it over, and I'm pretty sure a lot of us, if we could do it over, we would have had kids with the right woman, maybe been married and had kids with that woman. And when I see people such as y'all that doing it, I get a little bit envious myself because it is kind of hard. You got to work twice as hard when you're the only one. You do. So I get both arguments, and I do understand like it's like negativity sells. The media, how the media do, but I think a lot of times it hurt. We don't want to hear it because a lot of times we the ones that are part of that statistic.
Yeah,
but you gotta present.
L, can you let someone else respond?
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Kyle, and then we'll go to Kane.
No, I think that we gotta understand. At our height, everybody was married. At the height of Black people's power and influence and getting along and all that shit, niggas was married, man. You know what I'm saying? And see, the thing about it is, with slavery, the thing was, after slavery, we needed each other. We had no other options. You know what I'm saying? We had nowhere else to go. You couldn't get no white woman. You couldn't get no Hispanic woman, man. It was us against the world. You know what I'm saying? And we lost that. And as we got more freedom, we got more away from the values that kept us together. Like whether you like church or not, whether you're religious or not. When everybody was going to church in the 60s, yes, I will. I got you. Say hi to everybody.
Hi.
Hey, no. You always want to be a star. Go.
It's like on our test daughter.
But that's you know what I'm saying? That's what it was in the 60s. Listen, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, man. There's no better feeling than living with your kids. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry to throw that at y'all, but there's no better feeling in the world. When they just run in and just get loud and shit, man. It's a great feeling. But that's what I was saying though. But that's what we miss though. We miss family. Because think about it. When back in them days, there was 8, 9, 10 kids in one house, in one apartment. In one apartment.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And people lived life. They loved each other. We had nothing else. We didn't know no better. See, sometimes they say the more knowledge you get, the more dumb you get. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of what happened with us. The more knowledge we got, the more college we went to, we got dumb. You know what I'm saying? Because we forgot the core values that kept us together as a community.
Kane, you want to go ahead? You still around, Kane?
I'm still here, Fred.
You want to say? You got anything you want to add?
Not really, brother. Honestly, I mean, I believe in marriage, obviously. I mean, my brother, I got one brother and he's married. So I mean, everyone in my family that I know has been married. I mean, luckily, it's just the environment I've been raised in.
Okay. Yeah. Before we go all the way around, Coolio is the example. I don't know how many kids he had, but he had a small $1 million estate. I'm saying small, like not more than 10. He split this. It's going to probate, and then they're going to tally it up with the kids. He had no will. Google it. Someone sent it to me today, and I was going to do a video on it, but I went to a play. But it's the reality of this thing, man. You're not married. It doesn't protect your family. Everything you do is all for naught. It goes, the government takes half. And then they tax. If you have I have 2 kids. If I think it sounds better if I use L. L has 8 siblings. If L's mother owned 4 houses, right? You basically giving the government 2. Marriage is the only way. This is America. If I don't know what the laws are in other countries, but in America, if you don't do it, you're an 8-cylinder car moving with the capacity of a 4-cylinder car. It's really that easy. It's not debatable. And if you're going to debate these talking points, you got to at least be the talking point.
Send it.
And that's just it. L, you got to be the talking point.
I am the talking point.
You got to be the talking point.
That's why I'm talking about it.
You got to be the talking. No, you got to get married. You got to, because you said if in God's eyes.
Yeah, that's true. I'm not moving off that square. But at the same time, like I told you before.
Yeah, I'm gonna wiggle out, Fred, L, Kyle, the panel.
Appreciate you.
I love y'all, man. I'm probably never gonna get married to fuck these hoes, but I love y'all.
Let's get out of here, because I think everybody done made their point. We just going in circles. L, we'll start with you, since you were about to talk and get your closing remarks.
All right. Again, as clear as day as possible, and as straightforward as I can say this. You can't throw me off the square by saying that just because I'm not married, I have no right to talk about it, and that you negated my point, because I'm every representation of a family man. Let's get that understood, and that gives me 100,000% qualification to talk about it. Me being married is solely between me and God, because the negative connotation of the presentation that you representing in your argument, I don't fulfill that negative connotation. On contrary, I fulfill totally the positive one. The one that I'm telling you is not being represented when Black people speak about Black problems. That's all I'm saying. The statistics, I'm 1,000% with the statistics. The marriage, I'm 1,000% in support of the marriage. The 2-parent household, I'm 1,000% with that. I'm not negating that. So again, for everybody, especially you, Fred, I'm not against that. All I'm saying is this. You make a good attempt. You make a good, your intent might be good. But what I'm saying is, just like most Black people that present these problems and present these topics of conversations that highlight Black problems, the negative is only represented as if there is no positive. Do you know, if I feed the monster, right? If I feed the monster and I don't feed the good guy, who's going to get bigger? And who's going to die out? It's simple. This is what I'm talking about. This is how we as Black people have been conditioned when we speak upon things like that, even when we address each other. Just think about this. We all know this to be true. Man, 2 Black people come in between, 2 Black men in public that don't know each other. 9 times out of 10, if you see 20 Black men in pairs of 2, 10 occasions, 10 separate, isolated events, 2 black men come in contact with each other. I guarantee you more than 50% of them black men are going to look at each other crazy and might not speak to one another. This is conditioning, man. Do you understand that, Fred? Do you understand? That's the point I'm trying to make. And it has nothing to do with what you're talking about. Do you understand that?
That's a question. I thought you're being rhetorical. I wouldn't.
No, I'm asking you a question, man. You smarter than what you acting like. Answer the question, man. Just like you asked me a question, I asked you a question.
I wasn't listening. What's the question?
It seems like you don't listen to things that make sense, but the things that you don't make sense of, you listening to those things. So I'm going to say it again. Do you understand the way that black people deal with each other is a direct result of being mentally conditioned to attack one another? Do you understand that?
I disagree with that.
Well, just go look on the social media platforms, YouTube, Twitter. It's black people. Go look in the comment section. Again, go stand in a black neighborhood and find 20 men in sets of 2s. That's 10 pairs. Go look at those 10 isolated events of 2 black men coming in contact with one another.
I agree with you. I agree with from that.
Do you understand that this is a product of mental conditioning of how we're told to interact with one another?
I don't think we're told to interact with one another. I think it comes from family.
We're shown that by society in movies. But again, it's depicted. It's depicted in society because it's an extra added. It's an extra added tool to work on a mental conditioning of you. See, because people are guided by social constructs. These are social constructs that we're being guided by. Okay. So what I'm saying, in order to combat these things, like Brother Rockman said earlier, we have to go back to the last time, just like a doctor and an engineer, when they want to find an answer and fix the answer to a problem, and they want to make reconciliation to that, they go back to when it first worked. And we didn't do this back then. When there was a problem that was presented in the black community and it was identified that this is the problem, yes, we let it be known that there's a negative impact that's taken existence in our homes, in our lives, in our communities. But this is how we go about turning this into a positive. We don't have that inclusion no more into these type of topics. Do you understand what I'm telling you? That's the point I'm trying to make, loud and clear. Hopefully everybody that hopefully, since you don't understand it, Freddie, I hope everybody else understands it. That everybody else is mentally inclined and in tune to what I'm saying. But anyways, I know you smarter than what you acting like, Freddie, because I know you, man. You might not agree with it because I might have touched something, or I may have not be going into the same fold that you're going towards. And you might not feel like you can be, you might not feel like I could tell you this information, but it's just me sharpening your iron, just like you sharpen my iron. You might not allow me to, but I'll allow you to sharpen mine because I love correction where it's necessary and where it's due. But anyhow, great conversation, fellas. I appreciate the interchange of knowledge, man. Thank y'all, brothers. I appreciate you, Freddie. Y'all have a good night.
Appreciate it, Rob. Go ahead.
All right now.
Yeah, I just wanted to add one other stat to your litany of stats.
Yeah. Okay.
Did you hear of whether married or unmarried, black fathers are outperforming all other fathers in the United States in regards to spending time with their children? We talk about from having a meal with them, putting to bed, watching them up, attending events. So that's I guess every relationship is not going to work. You know what I mean? But it's better to try to make it work. I mean, hindsight is 20/20. I see places where I could have made relationship work. I'm 50 now. Can't go back to that. You know what I mean? Things are the way they are right now. There has to be within our community. I understand where you're coming from. you're coming from the preventive or preventative maintenance and whatnot. We also need within that contingency for individuals like myself, your cousin. I mean, my contingency is myself. I know where I went wrong. I got to fix it. Some other people may not know. You know what I'm saying? I'm not stupid. You know what I'm saying? I know exactly what I need to do. I'm holding on with dear life with my last son's mother. Our intentions was to get married when we got together, and we're on the path of doing that. You know what I mean? You know, I just feel like you know, I like your message. I don't dispute your message. I don't dispute your stats. My position is that just, you know, don't throw away the 28-year-olds on up, you know what I'm saying, because of the problems that we had. We are seeking help. We are going to get better, and we are teaching our children, you know, what they need to do in regards to, like I talk to my two youngest sons right now every day about preparing themselves for marriage, about finding one woman, about the type of woman, about what to pay attention. I talk to say that because I saw you it was a beautiful moment you had with your son. What's his name? I forget his name.
Lincoln and Dre. Lincoln.
Yeah,
Dre,
and and y'all were about to go to the basketball game. And I just like it brought me back, man, because me and my oldest son Latif, man. Oh man, we used to, you know, he was my best friend. You know what I mean? He was my
Lincoln's
best friend. Like
Lincoln's becoming that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's so weird. Like I didn't want to be. He stopped. My oldest son being in my life stopped me from hanging out. Stopped me from chilling on the block. You know what I mean? Getting into fights, doing dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? You know. And maybe it kind of made me a more responsible man and put me on the path that I'm on right now. And I know I failed him, and I tell him that. I let him know. You know what I'm saying? But I'm with him. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna get through this. And you know, we're all a work in progress, man. You know what I mean? We're all a work in progress, man. We could be stern with our leadership and our criticism. But we also got to remember that the Almighty has mercy as well. You know what I mean? And we should lead with mercy, and we should. And I thank you for your time and everything. And I thank you for what you do.
Drive safe.
You know what I'm saying?
You.
And I wish everybody. Yes, sir. Have a great night, y'all.
Appreciate it. All the time. Kane, you got anything?
Bro, I just want to wish everyone a good night, my brother.
You packing up?
No, I'm done for the night, bro.
Oh, okay. Cool. Thank you for hanging out with us.
Have a good one, brother.
Thank you, dog. All right, let's put a bow on this, Kyle. Main event says we need to dismantle rap music. I mean, shit. I was looking at my top 5 songs I played this year, Kyle. Let me get cooking with it. Thank you, cooking with it. It's not that I zone out. It's just that I know the talking points. So, and I didn't expect him to ask me a question. Be honest with you. Not many people
you
ask
can't
questions.
dismantle rap music when you got Lil Russell still rapping.
Facts. And let me tell you my top 5 songs of this year.
They was all Lil Russell.
2 of them. 2 of the 5 were. But let me get cooking with the chat. I'm gonna pull them up right now because it may have changed. Malcolm X said it best. Who taught you to hate yourself? And it's better to have trust instead of will. Who told you to hate yourself? That was right here in LA. Last I checked, the number 1 song was Jack Harlow and Drake. That was number 1. Number 2 was the Jack Harlow and Drake song, because it says my favorite line. He says, "How can I address you when you don't own property?" I love that line. You know,
say it one more time.
He says, "How can I address you when you don't own property?" Yeah. So that was like one of my favorite lines of the year. So I love repeating that. But my top 222 is Churchill's Down. Churchill's Down.
Hell is that?
Churchill's Down. Drake and Jack Harlow. It's a song.
Oh, okay. That's your number 1 song you've been playing.
Yeah, number 2 is The Ballad of the Bullet.
It's who?
The Ballad of the Bullet by Malcolm X. It's a speech. It's 54 minutes. That's number 2. Number 3 is All Purpose Flower by Lil Russell. Number 4 is City of Gods by Kanye and Fivo Farm. And number 5 is the LA Leakers freestyle with Lil Russell. And number 6.
So how are you gonna get rid of hip hop?
Huh?
I said, how the hell are you gonna get rid of hip hop?
Well, the hip hop I listen to is not gangster music. I don't listen to gangster music at all.
No, me neither.
not unless I got to feel it. Not unless I got to.
Every now and again, I listen to some Pooh Shiesty though. I ain't gonna lie. Every now and again, I need some Pooh Shiesty. Sometimes, hey, listen.
Gang banging rap. Yeah, I don't listen to gang banging
rap. When you work at a nightclub, sometimes you need some hood rap.
I will say that I have listened to March Madness when I work out. I listen to that in my headphones, but it's not on my and number 6 is Happy Feeling by Maze and Frank Beverly. That's my top 6 songs on Tidal this year. That's my top. But I listen to but the irony is I listen to the Ballad or the Bullet the most because it's 54 minutes. So that's the first thing we listen to when we get in the car. So we listen to
I'm more of a podcast listener, like in the car. Mm-hmm. I'm more of listening to podcasts. Did you check out that guy I told you about, Andre Norman, man?
You didn't send it to me.
All right, I'm gonna say I gotta see something. But bro,
yeah, you told me about him,
real, but without
Jay-Z, right?
Without the extra shit, you know?
Facts.
You know, I like the. You don't like the extra shit. I like the extra shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't. Just tell me the data, and like I have a Lincoln. What are the results? What are the results of what you did, positively or negative? You know what I mean? Why are you pump faking? Why'd you dribble between the legs? What's the point of it? You know, so it's just basically, and that leads me to the reality of this dumb motherfucker. This motherfucker fumble? I'm watching Sports Center. Sorry. Did you see the Arizona State mascots fighting? Did y'all see that?
It was a real fight?
Yeah, I'm watching it right now. Anyhow, the results are the results, and be the change, because we can argue marriage tooth and nail. What will be considered average, Kyle, on a scale of 1 to 10? What number is average?
As far as what?
Like average. On the scale of 1 to 10, what's average?
6, 7.
6. So let's say 6.5. Since say 6, 7. So that means out of 6.5, you're average because you're not living under God's protection. You got 3.5 left on the Richter scale. So that's all I'm saying. And I think it's important that we understand that. And we can't talk about our issues if you are on the side of the issue. It's really that simple, because having 2 parents in a household under God's order cures a multitude of sins. Just going outside the house, you don't say baby mama, that's my baby daddy. Imagine telling a 9-year-old girl, that's my baby daddy. How many baby mamas you got? 3? Huh? And then you want to form men's groups after you done had 3 baby daddies, 3 baby mamas. You've been with the woman 10 years and you ain't married yet. So I think that's where we need to be. You know what I mean? I don't give a damn. I don't care how people present their information. I'm not stuck on that stickler. And I think that's the you can argue it or debate it, but I think
check your DM, bro.
Something bad happened? No, I can't watch it if it's gonna make me respond like that. Do I have to respond to it for the show?
Just do it real quick.
Can I do it after? I'm do it after. That look just disgusts me now. But the point I'm making is we can't be the statistic. No matter how beautiful no matter if you put 24-inch rims on an 85 Chevy, you tint the window, new paint, is still an 85 Chevy. And I think that's where we need to be. And so I would challenge Mex, L, the driver. Oh, he said he's married now. Yeah, absolutely. Rest in peace, Pele, as well. Be the change you speak of. It's really that easy, especially when you have the power to do it. You're the man. We're leading. And people say, oh, it changes everything. Your woman don't want to be a baby mama her whole life. Her confidence, she's fully protected under the law of America, the statutes of the state of California. If not, then she's not protected. I understood that. That's why I'm functioning under that covenant. It's so important. And I promote it. If you want the kind side of Fred, go to my Instagram stories. That's the kind side of Fred. But I'm not, if I'm talking to 70,000 people or 70,000 people who have the choice to watch me at a moment's notice, I'm not coming with the metaphors. No, I'm living proof of the change in my family. Living proof. 3 of my sisters not married. I'm picking up my nephew. Well, my sister's going to pick him up, and then they coming back here. I don't want to be a part of that picture. You know what I mean? I guess the mom deserves it. So I don't want to be like the uncle that's no. They coming back here. My sister is going to pick up my nephew from Lone Park. Is that what it is? Lone Park? That's over by you, right? Lone Park? Anyway, so she's going to pick him up, and they're coming back here. And
how long he got in the guest house?
He goes to rehab. He goes to halfway house the next morning. So he has 3 hours that night. That's it. He has to report to the halfway house first thing in the morning. So
now question.
Yes.
Do you think you could do what you did for a lot of us, right? In the short time that you've done with us, do you think you can do that with him?
I'm gonna do my best. But I talk the same. I'm worse with my family than I am with y'all. Worse, far worse. Because guess what? They didn't make the sacrifices. I'm not the rich uncle. I'm the man that sacrificed at 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, and so on and so forth. Oh, you just arrogant. Yeah, I'm arrogant because it worked. It worked. I'm confident it worked. And I think that's where we go wrong. Like poor people, rich shame people. Rich, they shame the rich. You here 45 years just like me. Same opportunities, come from the same environment. But I understood the assignment. I'm not going to be like my mother. I'm not going to be like my father. I'm not going to be like my other family members. And that's it. If you're not going to be the change, don't talk about it. That's all I'm saying. Because every time and I had to understand this, Vincent Hung taught me this. He says, you got to protect the image of your woman. Every time an unmarried woman with kids, I'm going to keep it real. This is what he told me. Looks like a fool in public. A fool. Oh, that's my baby dad. So he can just leave you anytime he wants. Looks like a fool in public. And that's what woman wants to be called a baby mama? And this is a statement abroad. Don't make you think because L is not here to defend himself. I'm not talking about L. I'm talking about abroad. What woman wants to be called that? A pregnant woman. And they still boyfriend and girlfriend shacking up. Come on, man. Like it's be the change. Be the change. Be the change you speak of. And I stand on that. And I work hard at it. When I say hard, I work hard on it. Because every day a man wakes up with a demon and an angel in their thoughts. And it's up to you. Right? If you're the provider and a protector of your family, you get 10 hours a day to do whatever you want. 10 hours. undetected, 10 hours. So that's and we're raising 2 kids. So if you're not married, then your children won't value marriage. When your son get 19, he's gonna say, "Why you didn't marry my mama?" Imagine that conversation with a father and a son. Why you didn't marry my mama? How you gonna answer that? How you gonna answer that question? Or a daughter? Why you didn't marry my mama? I thought you loved her. You want me to do the same thing, Daddy? No man wants their daughter shacking up with another man. No father wants that. Floyd Mayweather is hurting inside. No matter what he says publicly, he's hurting inside that his daughter is the 7th baby mama and he can afford for her to go to Yale. Or he can afford to send her to any college. All he got to do is make a donation and give a speech once a year so they can raise some money. That's all I'm saying. We got to be the change. Be the change. Change your family. Get married. Buy a house. Have kids. In that order if you haven't done it already. That's the real deal. I had to do it. I'm not, listen, I swear before God, I told Dre, if we do all this family shit, I'm not living here. We got to make a plan. We did it. It works. So it's a part of the deal. You want kids, it's a part of the deal. That's it. And I encourage everybody. I am a living example of it. I promote it every day of my life. I'm unashamed. I'm unabashed about it. If you don't watch my videos in my stories, I don't give a fuck. If you think I'm negative on YouTube, I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I don't carry what you say because in real life, I'm doing the right things. Comments and what you call it, it doesn't move me. I'm gonna keep my train on the tracks. If that's the case, I would listen to my family. So do the right thing. Go against the statistics. Fuck the statistics. Go against your family values. Because if 3 out of 4, you're 2 out of 5, right? 2 out of 5 are not married, right? Kyle, 2 out of 5, right, Kyle? Kyle, can you hear me? Oh, you sleepy? 2 out of 5 are not, right? 3 out of 5 are, right?
So let me tell you though. I gotta explain it to you.
Yeah.
So one of them you can say no because he's older. He got a kid.
Mm-hmm.
My other little brother, he's still young though. He's like early 20s.
So he's not married though. So no.
No, I'm saying, but when he hit 25, I will say like, all right, him too. But right now, he's still young. So he's not like
he don't have no kids.
He don't got no kids. He's like he's not marriage age yet. You feel me?
Okay, keep on going. Was your mother and father married?
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right. Good.
So, but the older siblings though, like me, my brother, and then my other brother, we all married.
Man.
And then we only got one outlier.
Yeah, the exposure is different, man. The complete exposure is different. Lincoln doesn't even know who Cardi B is. Lincoln, who's the most popular male rapper? Lincoln don't even know who Meek Mill is. Have no idea. I don't propagate that to my kids at all. We saw the Temptations. I took Lincoln to see the Temptations play today.
How was that?
It's the best ever. That tells you what I'm pushing to my children. That's what I'm pushing. And I think there are better examples of me. And I hope to meet them one day. Inspire me. I want to be inspired. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not the holy grail, but I'm going to give you the absolute answer. The absolute answer is marriage, house, family. That's it. It ain't no, we're not negotiating it, because that $1 million house, when you die, takes care of your family forever. Forever. It never dies. It keeps growing. So, the statistics are there. Family is better. And when you have family, that's why I don't relate to when people say the celebrities. Ain't no celebrities in my house. It's Team Hawthorne. That's it. I don't like when I make a shot, I say Lincoln. You know how people say Kobe? I say Lincoln. Lincoln. Is he up? I want y'all to really understand how I parent. Lincoln, come here. Like, I don't let celebrity life enter my house at all. 0%. Zero. The Clippers coach trains on the other court. He trains his son on the other court. 15 to 20% of the time, Lincoln is at the gym. I say, hey, sir, how you doing? I've never even told Lincoln.
You said who?
The Clippers assistant coach.
Said assistant coach for who?
Yeah, one sec. Lincoln. Yeah, you can say that. Shoot a shot. When Lincoln and Daddy shoot a shot, what do they say?
Lincoln.
Thank you. Good night. That's who I am. I don't allow it to enter the pearly gates of heaven. And that's why two parents matter. Good night. Get out of here. Love you, dude. That's what I'm saying. There's no, I don't even want to mention their names because he don't even know who they are. He doesn't know who the best basketball player in the world is. Daddy is. Daddy's the best basketball player. Every time he says, Daddy, can you dunk? I used to do 360s. All that shit, Lincoln. I've only done a one-handed dunk in my life. I don't let, he doesn't.
Why are you whispering, bro?
Because he can hear my lies. That's why he's walking away. Yeah. So that's the whole point I'm saying. He doesn't know who Giannis is. He doesn't know who Luka is. He has no clue who those guys. He knows who Daddy is. He believes he's going to be the best basketball player in the world. He probably knows who LeBron is because of LA. That's it. He doesn't know who plays for the Golden State Warriors or anything like that. I don't let this celebrity life enter my house. But if you only have one parent in the house, guess what they do in their free time? You can't monitor it. You're tired. You worked 8 hours. You may have picked up an extra shift. They're a latchkey kid. The key is underneath the key is when they get 13, the key is going to be underneath the mat. The key is going to be in the planter downstairs. The key is going to be in the mailbox. Ask your neighbor for $10 till I get home. I lived it. So we got to change that. Two parents is the key. Trust and believe, man. I appreciate y'all coming through, man. Anyways, man, I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys for coming through. Gang banging rap. Yeah, we can't allow that. That shit is corny. So, but yeah, man, this was a good show. I see you guys. Sunday will be the new year. We get to bring in the new year together, y'all. I appreciate that. So, Kyle will come back in this time. But yeah, in the meantime, between time, thank you guys. Thank you guys. If you disagree with it, I don't care. it's to the point where I don't give a damn how y'all respond to me. I don't, because it's about the results. Wait, where is it at? There it is. It's about the results of it. We can talk the change, be the change. Be the change and be the living example. That's all I'm saying. Black people need a code. Black people need this. Black people need nah. Show me. And I'm going to record my conversation with my nephew. I may not make it public for years, but I'm going to record that conversation. Y'all think y'all have no idea who Frederick is in real life. Y'all have no idea. Oh my God. I feel bad. Shit. I told my sister she going to hell because she dating a woman. I told y'all that before. Shit. Y'all don't know me in real man. I made the sacrifices, so I understand the sacrifice it takes to get here. And I'm
Hernandez.
I'm not letting it go for nobody. There's no idea you can give me. The data, I go off of data. What does the data say? February 1st, I'm gonna have a vacancy. All the people applying will be single parent homes. I guarantee you. I'm gonna show y'all with the applicants. I'm gonna prove it to y'all. And guess what? She gonna make $2,000. She gonna make $2,000. The rent is gonna be $1,900. And she gonna say, "Don't worry about it. I do hair on the side." I say, "Do you get child support?" "No." "Where's your baby daddy?" "In jail. I ain't spoke to him in years." I get their bank statement because I do a credit report on them. $77 in their bank account. I swear to God, credit score 515, 517. That's the profile of 90% of the people that will apply for this apartment. I guarantee you. I've done it. I always got to give. Always got to give. 100% of the time, I got to give. And since it's upstairs, I can't rent to a person with 2 or more kids. I can't. It's impossible. It's going to make my job harder. So you know what I'm going to get? 50% of the people that will apply for this apartment February 1st, well, they're going to apply for it in January. Guess what? We'll have 3 or more kids. I guarantee you, 50% of them. 25%, no. 35 to 40% will have 2 kids. 10% will have 1 kid. I will not have one married couple apply for that apartment. 2 bedroom, 1 bath. I guarantee you, I will not have one married couple. Swear before God, it happens every time I have a vacancy. That's it. So, and I ain't making up no stories. I probably have some tenants watching the show right now. I got a tenant who follows me. He will tell you the story. Y'all have no idea. I had a tenant. I kicked her out in a year because I knew she had the money to buy a house because she was on a program. Kicked her out the house, kicked her out the unit. She bought a house. I have it on my Instagram. A black woman. I'm taking care of another man's child. I'm giving another man's woman game, ex-woman's game, so she can buy a house. And guess what? She's in a house. It's on my YouTube. Go watch the story. Appreciate y'all, man. I'm gone, man. Yeah, people don't want accountability, man. It's cool. But if you go to any inner city where most of us live, the data is there.